Not even that.
The one who breathes.
The liver.
The
The
liver.
fleshy boy.
Ah, yes, the liver. He takes away all of our impurities. Ah.
Oh, that feels like a. There's definitely something there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with Cat,
Hi.
Mortar,
Hi.
Kirv,
Hello.
Vinny,
Hello.
and Romulus.
Guten Tag, mein Freunden.
He is back, and with a lot of energy, apparently.
No, I have no energy. This is
He just
so
used it all
sad.
in that one introduction.
He's going to sleep now.
Fair enough. So yes, with just to obviously go through the before we do the session introduction, I was just going to go through the list of things that you were all offering to the general people. Some of it, there was the 100 GP of gems, 100 GP of incense, or the gold equivalent for either. You were planning on resyncing up your sleep schedules, and additionally, the people of the village were otherwise wanting stuff that they could then use. So they wanted clothes and they wanted food. And Romulus, I haven't taken out of your inventory, but if you wanted to, you could mark off 10 rations and 3 sets of your dungarees that you still have from that jade mine. And they would...
not my dungarees.
It's up to you if you want to keep them or not. If you have no use for them, then they're willing to take it in exchange for hospitality. So,
Fine.
yeah.
You know
What
we
was
love us
the
some
other bits and
hospitality.
pieces? So that the dungarees.
And then it was the 3 sets of dungarees, and then 10 of your fruits / insects rations.
Oh.
Because the way that they
Sure.
the way that they use them, as was described to the others, is that they basically let them sit and they let them rot, and then they can use and interact with them in the undead world.
Noted. Right.
But
Let
yes.
me. How many rations was that?
10.
10.
Yes.
10 of my rations.
Yes.
Terrible. Horrible.
Yeah.
How dare they?
Notably, this is all on
right,
the same
fine.
day as well. But we'll get to that in a moment.
Don't worry, you get hospitality
If you want it.
if you want.
I mean, to
Better
be fair,
last.
I think they're still a bit snobby.
Mm.
That's up
I
to you.
mean, I got just absolutely decked for no reason.
This is fair.
I'm not gonna
Um,
lie, I'm still a bit peeved by that.
I mean,
And
Mortar
then
was the
they're
one
like,
on 2
"Oh,
hit
well,
points.
give us
but-
our food."
It's okay.
Oh, you killed one of us. Yeah.
In my defense, he hit
You
first.
attacked.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I
kind
literally
of bolted.
retaliated.
Well, you weren't the ones going in to
Magic kind of
negotiate.
bolted.
Anyway. Glad to
I
have
think
you
we should just
all
kill him
here
anyway.
again. Now, although we may have discussed this in brief, why not a quick reminder for everyone else on exactly what you did last session? Our party of adventurers, Cat, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny, had travelled to a small village at the base of the west side of the Spiral Mountains, in search of Vinny's friend, Carvern. Upon entering the ghostly residents of this town, attacked the party, mistaking them for rhyme wardens who had been known to travel with elementals and have attacked this village before. With the party regrouping, but ultimately destroying 2 of them, the party realised that these ghosts weren't inherently evil, so went to apologise and seek to make amends. With some careful diplomacy from Vinny and Mortar, the party have all been given passage through the village at a price. Cat, however, who had devoured a soul of one of the ghosts, has been barred from entering the village. Now, the party believes it best to find a way up the mountain together, but just how are you going to do that peacefully?
Peace.
You're all standing outside of the village. The snowdrift is otherwise built. It's built up for the most part. There's the hole nearby where your Lehman's tiny hut had been put the previous day. The fresh avalanche is still crisp and soft underfoot. You can easily see your tracks to and from, as you have all regrouped and discussed the matter at length of what has been discussed here. Of the nature of potentially giving tribute over so they can resurrect one of their allies who was killed, while also potentially seeking hospitality in exchange for food and clothes, although it is not essential. You also know that you that there is a individual known as the groundskeeper who lives up the mountainside at the old temple, the one that was mentioned in the documents you were looking through, Vinny, and is quite possibly one of the sites where Carvern may have been. You'd remember the discussion that they had seen silver-robed individuals come through here, wearing a variety of iconography, and often they were going on pilgrimages, heading up to the temple, and then would usually travel on their pilgrimage further through and up beyond the spiral mountains from the west side to go to Glacian. Although these individuals were noted a number of weeks or months ago, you didn't entirely get a accurate timeline for that. You believe this may be your site of where you might find her, but as it stands, you're not sure. You discussed previously the idea of delving into Vinny's mind in search for further clues, using the powers that Mortar, Cat, and Kirv all have to delve into your mind and seek what secrets may be there.
Romulus feels left out.
Oh, don't worry, they'll be able to figure out if one of them upcasts it, they'll be able to take you with them. I'll allow it because it'll be interesting.
Sure, why not, right?
I hope you like our new rebranding for Romulus.
Don't worry, we're sticking with the Romulus classic.
What was that, Romulus diet? Or Romulus
original
cereal?
recipe, Romulus. It's actually Romulus Max.
Romulus Maximus.
Romulus Zero.
Anyway.
Maximus Romulus.
So, the
worst thing is that's actually a decent name.
Yeah. So you're all standing on the snow outside of the village currently. You have what would be left of the day ahead of you, and if you are planning to resync up your sleep, there will be a roll for exhaustion before you settle down for sleep to see if anybody can't participate in a watch. So, what is your plan for the rest of the day?
Is it worth us maybe doing the whole sleep sync schedule thing first before we try bring into Vinny's head and trying to figure out what the actual turn of events were?
Well, I'm thinking maybe before we go to sleep, because if something happens, we can rest it off.
I suppose so.
Keep in mind, some of you do have reduced maximum health. So it will be easier to instantly kill you should something happen.
I felt like a very pointed remark, Chris, and I don't appreciate it.
Don't worry.
Oh no,
fine.
not pointed at all. I'm just saying it's something to consider for your plan either way. If you want to go in where you have reduced hit points, if nothing happens, then it wouldn't matter. But if something does happen, then
exactly
you can be concerned.
Nothing is going to happen.
Oh, then you're fine.
Nothing is going to happen. It's going to be fine.
Then you're fine.
I guess. Okay, fine.
Hey,
I guess.
Hey, everything's gonna be fine. You don't have to worry at all. It's okay.
Yeah.
Chat to Vinny right quick. Are you sure? You sure about this? This is this could be quite a lot of strain. You sure you can handle it?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, I think it's a pretty necessary risk.
Only if you're sure.
I mean, last time Cat tried, it didn't invoke any strain on me, so I'm fine with it.
Alright.
Yes,
I mean,
true.
I'm getting you guys on.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I've got to look down at the Titania. Do you reckon we can bring Romulus with us?
Titania nods.
Titania.
Titania nods.
Hold on. Before we
I
maybe start,
probably-
is it worth... Sorry, after you go.
I should probably mention that I did have that big psychic attack last time, and I am at half health.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not doing much better either.
If it makes you feel
Fantastic.
better,
Let's
I'm
do
on
this.
full health.
Yeah, that
Actually,
makes me
go.
feel a lot
Good.
better.
Good.
I agree.
Well,
I just wanted to
I
let you
want you
guys
to know I'm
beforehand.
judging all of you, but at least if I'm there, maybe I can take some of the strain. I don't know.
I'm on
what's
full
the-
health and wrestling daily with a monster. We're good.
You're good, man.
Very proud of you, Cat.
Okay.
Maybe it's worth us finding a place that's not just out in the open. Like maybe we can find somewhere quiet.
We'd probably want to do it away from the ghosts, given that if something goes, and I say this with the most seriousness, fucky wucky with Cat, then it's probably best they not be around to get angry at us.
I agree with that.
You mean an all-you-can-eat buffet, right?
I mean,
I
if
joke.
we do it-
Crabby.
Maybe
That
not.
would be rather the problem.
if we do it inside a tiny hut, any magical effects that come from inside won't be able to leave.
Well, unless you leave, which is a
True.
Which you
very
do.
likely possible.
Sorry, I'm
Okay.
back. I saw something
Okay.
cute on TV.
Well, well, if we do it in a hut then you'll get the hut up and then do it in there, that's fine with me. And
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Right. Do you want to do it now
Use your
or,
great
or
powers,
tomorrow?
greatest wizard
I
of all
can-
time.
All right. Yes, I'm not really an active participant in this, so it's really what the rest of you
You're
want
the
to do.
most active. Arguably, you are the most active participant in this. This is your brain.
Sure. Right, I'll get the hut up and then you'll have to tell me what you need.
Remind me what we'll be looking for again. Like,
We're
just
essentially
hidden
trying
shit.
to untangle. We're just trying to untangle the mess of memories. Vinny's struggling with some kind of amnesia. We're trying to untangle that little. We're trying to untangle that mess of
So-
unremembered memories.
what I've come across when I went in there last time, where there's a large empty space where memories are currently being stored, and there is a creature in there. I had to pump energy in to be able to see the memories, so there's going to be a lot
Creature?
of different things. Yeah, there was something in there.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Was-
I mentioned the demon that lives inside my brain.
I thought you were kidding.
No.
I thought you were
No,
making fun of me.
No, it's just me when I'm
No.
talking about
Aw.
depression.
No, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
I-
there is something else in there. Just a heads up.
No. No,
Do
Do we
appreciate
have a
that.
name
That's,
for it?
Yeah, like anything it can do, or
Scary creature of voidy stuff. Yeah.
Got it,
Nothing more?
Scott.
Or his brainchild. Just Vinny. Brainchild.
We will call this creature Scott.
How is that somehow more unnerving than brainchild?
I do not know.
If you see it,
Whether
rest-
you are nerved or unnerved is your own concern.
No, if you
I won't
wrestle
be the
it,
only
you'll be
one doing the
wrestling with
unnerving
Vinny's
bit.
inner demons. That is very good. While we play with his
Doesn't sound so
memories.
bad. Well, guess we should get this underway then. We'll
Mhm.
set up
Probably
hut,
for
we'll
the
set up
best.
hut, get this party started.
Right. I'll make the hut then. Right, let's
Okay. You sit
get a
down,
little ways out.
ritually cast Lehman's tiny hut.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You have done
Right.
that.
Now, what do you need from me? Is it going to be... Because from the period that I have memories missing, there's a few fragments that I can still remember. So do you want me to try and focus on them? Or
Yeah,
do
like you
want me
did
to
last
try and-
time. Focus on the
Okay.
fragments you remember of them time periods, because it gives us a rough anchor point to search from.
It gives us something to hang on to.
Wondering if maybe it is worth someone just staying awake to separate us if need be. Is there? I suppose one of your like familiars or whatever could be like watching this very closely and could potentially like I don't know peck us, wake us up if need be.
I'll look over at Jeff. I don't
You're
know
not
how this
entrusting our
works.
brain fate to death.
I well, I mean, none of my elementals are going to be able to because they don't fit in here. So all I have is Jeff or Tula. Tula will probably just wash my hair, and Jeff is probably just going to be looking at the floor. Let's be honest here. He's a unique being.
It's a very special being.
I love him.
We all do.
I mean,
Did somebody say
You
that
do
I
know
get to
Filch?
pick someone?
Right,
Who's
I forgot
this?
about them.
I'm
You
trying.
needed to do the one that's a bit more like this.
Yeah, it's the one. There you go.
There
he's
it
still
is.
waking up.
No,
Still
I'm
waking up.
with
Yeah.
you.
Look, we got attacked by ghosts. The other one you watch as he raises a wing and pulls a cigarette out of his mouth. It'd been a rough day.
Just looks over at Romulus. Her bird is smoking. What is going on?
Yeah, you bet I am.
In the other,
I've heard
other
of
ear, you hear
smoked
more-
chicken.
in the other ear to Romulus, Mortar goes, "I think cats attracted to birds."
Oh my god.
Why do I have 2 children to look after now?
I hunt.
High five cat.
I lost.
I'm doing a butt wiggle, ready to pounce.
Mortar to us with the fuck wiggle.
So, boss, you wanted us to pick someone?
Peckin? I heard peckin.
Yeah. Would you guys be alright just to keep an eye out, and if we're needed, just give me a gentle peck, maybe on the hand,
Alright.
and don't get yourselves in trouble. Alright, no flying up and getting lost in the snow.
Would I ever? I ain't this guy. Gestures to Jeff.
I'll be in the hub with us.
Okay, Jeff isn't that bad, okay? Jeez.
I know. I immediately think of the chicken from Moana when I think of Jeff.
Oh my
Yeah.
That's immediately what I think of.
Oh, hey. Oh, hey.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
Yeah,
Why is
no,
my familiar the
fair.
dumb one?
You look over
What's
and
going on
you,
here?
No,
you look over and you
you
can
named it
see
Jeff. I know, man.
you can see Jeff and Eugene are currently playing cards, but they've got their cards the wrong way round, so they don't know what they're doing.
But Jeff is just dribbling.
Yep.
He did nothing.
Never
Jeff
seen a
is
player
losing
so
somehow.
confused as they're trying to play cards with chess pieces.
Oh,
I mean, to be fair, all they needed to know is that Jeff is losing. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You know what?
Yeah,
Fine.
Jeff takes another L.
Jeff is a little bit special, but my elementals are actually quite smart, so
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, your elementals
And
are
I
very
just have
smart.
a really smart dragon, so we're
The fact that you have
extra
Dragon
Hey, look,
Soul,
We
even
all
if you have
know
a
where
really
it went.
dumb Dragon, you still have a friggin' dragon, dude.
I'm gonna get the dragon to teach Jeff. Oh god, no, Jeff, I think he's got a breath weapon. I take
I
it
don't
back.
get to the dragon.
Nah.
Jeff with a breath weapon.
I think you mean a Jeff weapon.
Jeff.
A Jeff
A
weapon.
Jeff weapon.
Just screech.
So, you want us to poke you if we need your help, or if anything weird happens?
Sounds about right. Yeah.
Got it.
And it's more weird than normal.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, if one of us starts like spasming or some stuff like, and
If we
yeah.
look like we're in trouble,
Alright. I'll wake
I
you up
transform.
first.
Yeah, if cat transforms, you might as well just, lay flat on your back and pretend to be dead. 'Cause that's what we'll be doing as well, except we will actually be dead.
I'm pretty sure transformed cat is a carrion leader, so playing dead is going to work against you.
This is true. So, Bilima's tiny hut is up. Your contingency plan for escape, known as Filch, is in place.
oh,
It's better than
when you
Eugene.
put it like
Or Jeff.
I will tell Jeff, just on the provided, maybe there's a chance if... Which one is it? Filch that's doing the warning?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Filch.
Oh, I don't really know the birds' names too well. They both look the same to me. I haven't...
Eugene and Filch, they
Oh.
have very different
I know.
All
voices.
members of
Well,
the
I'll
house.
gesture and be like, look, if that one is trying to allow her to wake her up, just body slam me. I can trust him to be able to do that.
Wow. They all look the same to me. Christ.
Crows! Like, why would Cat be able to just...
They are ravens.
Oh, people.
No, they're crows, aren't they?
The
They are crows, yeah.
I really enjoy
Yeah.
it. I
Look,
really
you couldn't
enjoy
have
the
just
idea.
let me
At least I can identify the species, right?
I'll identify your species in a fucking second.
Yes, Centaur.
enjoy-
Well, looks at back legs. I think it's Centaur. I'm not sure anymore.
You're more kind of trying to get the were territory now. Like, you know, you're like a were something now.
Ah, yes.
A web slime?
A bipedal
Werewolf?
centaur.
Oh,
Oh no, that sounds. Okay, right. Shall we go and play with Vinny's brain?
let's do
I
it.
mean, for all intents and purposes, I
Vinny.
think you are a were-ghost.
Reorganizing your brain.
I don't know.
A
Abomination.
That's
Ghost.
metal as hell.
Well, because as far as we're concerned, the thing inside you is just basically made of a lot of ghosts.
Well,
Souls.
a lot of souls, but I mean, it does consume heads as well. I mean, I don't know where that biomass goes, but it's got to go somewhere.
Right on the hips.
Straight to the hips.
Yeah. I like
Damn,
how
I'm
everyone
gonna get-
immediately had the same fucking thought.
I'm gonna get chomped soon. No more heads for you. I'm on a diet.
That's why your weight's been
I'm
increasing.
on a head diet.
Not because I got older. I've not been getting older at all. I've just been getting fat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that tracks.
It's now just a cope.
Okay, let's move on from fat shaming the
Yes,
teenager.
I agree. I agree.
No,
That's,
no, let's
exactly
keep
the
fat shaming the teenager. It's funny. I'm kidding.
I'm going to
Um,
Vinny's head.
That is your daughter.
I'm diving in.
Okay.
Right.
Right, Romulus, hold your hand out. Sidechainer's gonna wrap both our hands together. Okay, I don't know how this is gonna work. And Sidechainer will expend all of her charges to also bring
Right.
Romulus.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, if you're all ready to begin, Cat, you okay to start with the same memory from last time?
Yeah, that's
Time
absolutely
to
fine.
go into the Thunder Vinderdome.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Vinny's going to sit in the middle of the hut and try to concentrate on his memory of that meeting at the campsite.
Okay. As Cat, you cast Detect Thoughts through Psychania. You get that same sensation as you did before, as you feel almost your body pulled into Vinny's. And although you know your physical form isn't actually there, you and Romulus end up in a dark space around. You feel weightless, and as you look to where Romulus is, you can see that there is this small, almost floating globule of light next to you. As you're otherwise looking around, you note that Romulus isn't there, but the glob of light is. Whereas Romulus, vice versa, you do not see Cat, but you do see a glob of light. It seems you can only see your own forms, so identifying each other is going to be very difficult.
Okay.
Noted. Thank you.
Can we communicate?
You go to try and talk, and it feels very... There's a lot of acoustics. Like talking in a cathedral, or an empty cathedral, it is going to be very difficult to pinpoint where the sound is directly coming from, as it is seemingly echoing within this space.
Okay. But we can communicate.
You can communicate and you can talk. I will say with that follow-up,
Okay.
there'll be to detect thoughts from Mortar and Kirv, I assume?
Mortar actually doesn't have detect thoughts. He will be using his which feature is it that's allowed me to do this?
Is it like the mental intrusion or something? Or telepathic
intrusion, yeah.
So you'll basically be hitchhiking off of either of these
Essentially,
two.
yeah. I'm the bypass.
Okay.
So
Okay. So I'll say you and Kirv otherwise pop in moments later. Also maintaining the connection to detect thoughts. I believe you have, Kirv?
Yes, I have detect thoughts.
Yeah. Cool. So all four of you are in, and again the same thing is present. although now you see 3 globules of light each, and you do not know who is who.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Keep an eye out for the creature, but I'm gonna look around and see if I can see the memories or the motes that were memories.
Yeah.
And gesture to, and these are the memories to.
Okay. You look around.
Is Vinny? Is there like an additional orb where Vinny is?
No.
Or not really?
No.
Okay.
In this instance, as you're otherwise all floating there, I'll describe the surroundings. Nearby to you, you can see within this dark expanse as your body begins to adjust now that you're all here. As Vinny, you begin to focus on the memory. You all see what looks to be these tethers that are otherwise streaming out from almost this central location below you. As they're shooting up, you can see that they're otherwise hitting these almost glass circular panes, and as they do, you watch as an image begins to be portrayed upon them, almost like a window or screen, if you will. As you kind of take these in, you can see that there is one that is far larger than the rest, and as the long stream otherwise coils up to it and connects, you begin to see a scene play out. Some of you, having seen this scene before, know, or having heard this scene before, know of this. Those of you who haven't, however, watch as the following begins to unfold. You watch as what looks to be Vinny, from his perspective, along with several of what look to be previous individuals who he may have known. You see what looks to be, let me get the list up real quick. I actually need to get their names right for this. You see what looks to be a human individual, relatively old by the looks of it. A broad-shouldered, dark skin, long black-bearded individual. Otherwise there you can see that there is a longsword planted in the ground as he's beginning to argue with Vinny in this moment. You also see what looks to be another human of a younger age. She has fair skin, a long red braid of hair, and wears what looks to be relatively distinct but very well-fitted and practical dark clothing and a cloak. You can see that she's otherwise injured, and you can see that she is otherwise bleeding, or was bleeding, and is currently sat on a stump next to what looks to be a rock gnome individual. They look weathered, haggard, and wrinkled all over, nut brown skin, otherwise kneeling down next to them and attending to their wounds. You can see they wear a pair of tiny half-moon spectacles, plain robes, and they have dark greying hair, showing their age. Meanwhile, standing behind outside of the fight is someone who, for those of you, you have seen or heard of before, but Mortar, you recognize them. As you see a silver dragonborn currently standing there, a massive maul at her side as she's standing there at a good 6'6", with a slender yet very purposeful muscle built for her. You can see her brilliant silver scales. They're otherwise in place, but still showing through what she has for, well, what little armor she is currently wearing. Very much a barbarian type like Romulus. All of you are seeing this now in person. Mortar, you recognize this individual. You have seen this individual before.
Of course he has.
Mortar kind of narrows his eyes at her. Is the memory that I'm recalling pleasant or unpleasant?
If you remember, it's the memory you saw of her scales being pulled off of her.
Ooh.
Or rather, you were inhabiting her mind when you saw it.
That's right, I remember that.
You recognize this individual.
So I'll stay quiet for the minute.
Okay.
I want to see what this is about.
Okay.
But anybody, if we're all connected telepathically, there would probably just be a wave of almost...
It's not telepathy. It's you have to actively speak out, and it's just very echoey, so you can't tell the direct location it came from.
Oh, I was more thinking that because we're all occupying the same psychic space, then they just be like emotional, kind of like people would just be kind of aware of how we're feeling. But fair enough.
No, not in this instance. You're aware of each other's presence, but not of each other's minds.
Gotcha, but nothing else. Okay, cool.
As you're otherwise there, you're watching the memory begin to unfold, seeing this. You can see that Vinny is otherwise beginning to argue with this other individual standing across the fire from them. They seem to be arguing back and forth about how one of their number got injured and how the contract isn't worth it. How this individual, by the name of Marla, could have been killed. And that seemingly Cassius was putting the team's life on the line for a stupid ring that wasn't worth it. Vinny mentions that the individual knew that it was dangerous, and yet they seemed to rush this job. They didn't take their time. They could have taken longer to try and figure this stuff out. That they actually fought a dragon that was a guard dog to whatever this item was. There is continued conflict, but Marla otherwise steps up and shouts at both of them, saying that Vinny is right, and that she would have died if not for him, and that they can still get the ring. It's just going to require more work, and that Numbers, the gnome, is going to need to pull some money and contacts to make them disappear again, so they can try again. The vision almost fades in that moment, becoming more of a grey blanket slate as it freezes in place, the memory not continuing but stopping, as you watch as a single thread pulls from it and otherwise travels off some way before you see it hit an invisible wall, which then ripples out in kind of this wave of silver before disappearing to the beyond. Cat, you note this time the individual isn't there in this particular memory. You remember seeing it from the other side of that wall when you came in here before. You also remember that on the other side of that wall was where whatever shunted you out of here and did the significant psychic damage to you and Vinny.
Okay. So I'm going to relay that as the creature, the person that I additionally saw, wasn't actually in that. But that wall there, behind there is where I believe things are, but that is also where the creature is. So I think if we want answers, it's behind there. But so is risk.
This is my first time inside a brain.
It's
Good for you, man.
it's my first time with lots of barriers. It's not you then again. It's the first time I've really been in someone's brain to this extent. Feels weird.
It's actually kind of simple if you think about it. I mean, there's going to be barriers and stuff. Like, it's natural defenses of the brain. This is interesting. I like this. Mortar is going to extend his blind sight out to 30 feet as he kind of closes his eyes. Can he sense anything? Like anything else in here?
No. The most you can sense is your party's presence. But even then, they are very, very faint motes of energy, to the point that you feel like they're more memories than actual people. You aren't able to pick up on anything physical.
Mortar will then switch, almost like in a just very practiced motion, switch his blind sight into his... where is it? I just saw it right now. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to find it.
Right.
Oh, spatial awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can detect the thoughts of other creatures, particularly this creature that I'm being told about. I want to see if I can detect its presence.
You use spatial awareness to try and pick up on this, and you more accurately pinpoint where your allies are. You don't know who is who still, but you can detect where they are at a glance. In the occasion that you would go blind or anything similar, you are able to learn their location using this ability. But as your spatial awareness heads out, you're used to it acting almost like a wave and then blips appear along the way. You note that where it hits the wall, it doesn't pass through it. It stops.
Does it seem like the wall is a physical barrier to us, at least?
Quite possibly, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we're here to do it with Mortar start speaking out loud. Well, we're here to do a job. Who wants to break this one?
Well, let's go and investigate then. Just be on your guard. I have no idea what's on the other side there, like what that creature is.
Yeah. Black Scorpion drawn. Mortar's going to tap on the barrier.
You go
Does
to
it feel
draw Black
physical,
Scorpion,
or-
it's not there.
Oh, that's not good.
Romulus,
No,
Kirv
notably,
walks up
you
and
check your
tries to
weapon.
kick down the
It's
wall.
not there.
Ah.
You try to kick down the wall. Okay. You go up to the wall, and as you otherwise go to push your foot against it to try and break it,
Ah, so my foot is there.
you step through the wall.
You don't have to
Oh.
break, no.
At this
You go past
this-
the barrier.
At this point, as Kirv passes through it, you lose all connection or sound of where Kirv was or what she's doing.
Well, if we're going to do it, we need to go now, 'cause she's on her own.
And Mortar will jump through.
I will also go through.
Okay. You all push through one after another. I would like everyone to make me a intelligence saving
Wait,
throw.
do I
please.
just get pulled on like by a leash?
It's your choice to go through, man.
It's
You don't
your
have
it's
to.
your choice to go through. You don't have to. If Cat loses concentration, you're both pulled out. But outside of that,
Intelligence saving throw, yeah?
yes, please.
Do I have anything on me, or is it just weapons that have gone, or is it like anything that's not part of my body?
Anything that you were carrying is on you, but when you go to reach for your weapon, you pass straight through it. So you're wearing armor and you're carrying the weapon. You just can't use it.
I'm gonna.
Can I try and grab my rope?
No, you go to reach for it and you pass straight through it. It seems that you are but a thought or a memory.
So I've rolled
I'm
very
going
low,
to-
so I'll be using Invigoration to reroll.
I'm going to think really, really, really hard about rope, about the idea of rope.
Oh, God,
Mhm.
no.
I'm going
no.
to close my eyes in front of this door, and I'm going to very, very, very deeply, with every ounce of stubbornness that Romulus has, focus on the idea of leaving a piece of rope here as a way back, and then he's going to step through, as if he is holding on to a piece of rope that is here that will lead him back.
Okay. Make me a charisma check.
Fair.
I got
That
you
thing
there.
I'm famously good at. Right, let me just double check what that would be. So charisma check, that's a -1. Come on, Romulus. This would be really cool if this worked.
This would be very cool.
12.
12. Vinny, as you're sat there otherwise thinking about the incident around the campfire, using it as the anchor, focusing and concentrating on it in that moment, there's this sudden, almost like, addition to the image as you think back and you're like, I don't remember there being a rope there. And then you kind of shake that from your memory and you carry on with the vision. Romulus, in that moment, you note that as you're kind of focusing on this as much as you can, you notice out of your peripheral vision as you look back up at the memory, you watch as it almost rewinds itself, gets to a point, you watch as this rope materializes and then disappears in the vision or in the memory. It seems you have the ability to materialize stuff inside of other memories, but then you'll have to retrieve them.
Oh, wow.
You have figured this out, which is more than can be said otherwise. However, notably, I will say, as a general note for this, you also get the general idea that things that were on this side of the barrier cannot be brought to the other side of the barrier. So in other words, you can tamper with Vinny's memories in order to give yourself items to defend yourself or help, but doing so could potentially do lasting damage to Vinny's memories. So weigh up what you want and need, because right now, Kat, you have no spellbook. You only have Psychania, but Psychania cannot act.
I do have to. I need to ask. I mean, thingy's Mortar did a check to see who was around and stuff. Goes to Mortar. Am I on my own, or has it came with me?
Is she on her own?
You can't tell. You can sense
Okay.
general presences, but in this instance, they're, as it was mentioned, memories. So you're not entirely sure if that means that this is a memory of Cat from previous, or if this is... Or if this is, modern Cat. You're not sure.
Okay. Okay. I was just wanted to know if, I was there, or if it was me and my delightful best friend that's part of my life.
Mm-hmm. So, the intelligence
Kind of
saves.
narrows up.
22.
22, you're fine. Kirv?
I use
7.
7. Mortar?
I used invigoration because initially I got 2. I then rolled invigoration to give me a free reroll, and I got 2 on the die. So I'm dealing with the 2, Chris.
2. Okay.
Do I also roll this?
Yes, if you're passing through the barrier, you need to roll this as well.
Well, I'm not going to leave Cat alone. No, okay. 11.
God, who's might be enemy?
Okay.
Still not amazing, but it's better than a 1.
Oh my god.
So, Cat, you take no damage because you succeeded the save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Everybody else takes 19 points of psychic damage. However, notably, Kirv, you're resistant to psychic damage, right?
Yeah.
You take half damage. And as you otherwise feel the damage, as you otherwise pass through the barrier and you can feel the damage almost beginning to warp over you, you get a sense of persistence to it. You get a sense that this isn't the last time this will affect you while you're on this side. You don't know when or how it will trigger, but you get a sense it will happen again and again.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Also, how much?
You would take 9 from this.
Yeah.
It was 19
9.
to Mortar and Romulus. Also, for those of you who failed the saving throw, please mark off 1 of every resource you have. 1 rage, 1 spell slot, or the equivalent of whatever that may be. If you're working with spell points, it is an equivalent amount equal to your your highest spell slot level.
If I may, fuck off. Wait, actually, can I cloud rune the psychic damage onto someone else?
No, it's a saving throw. It's a saving throw.
I think this one's Mortar. I think this one's Mortar.
that particular node there looks particularly obnoxious. It's got to be Mortar.
Yeah, so you use 1 of
I'm
each
sure
of your...
it swore at me.
Lose 1 of each of your distinct resources. So for Romulus, that would be either of your runes, not both of them. Because because it's per feature that you'd lose them. So you'd lose 1 use of rage, you'd lose 1 of your 2 runes.
Well.
1 of your pact favors would be offline. Yep.
Spell point, that would be.
Yeah, you'd lose some spell points.
Anything else? Yeah, I've lost 3 spell points because my highest level is 3.
I'm really not
It converts to
looking
5,
forward
so you'd lose 5 instead of 3. So.
Oh, okay, all right. Then.
No, that's right.
Oh dear, that's not good for me. My health is a resource. Do I lose that?
No, it's one of your class resources, effectively.
Okay, great. No
I want to say
yeah.
this is really unhelpful for those of us that have a variety of resources that we use,
Yes, I
but
agree.
not much in the way of depth.
Oh no, that's really bad because I now lose 1 use of my spatial awareness I lose 1 use of my spell blade. I use 1 use of sidestep. That's bad.
Yes,
That's
it
really
is.
bad for me.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It's as if this
Chris, why do
barrier
you
was
hate
designed to keep people out. As
it's as if Chris, why do you hate?
This cat just casually walked through it.
Cat,
Hey.
Cat, you're fine. Because of the high intelligence, you're naturally able to resist this quite happily. But
Bullshit. There's,
You're the one-
there's a DC lower, higher than 2. I think that's bullshit.
you have otherwise all successfully passed into this space. You can see the thread that you had followed, otherwise still kind of gleaming and pushing forward as it spirals up, hits what looks to be almost this spherical nexus where it splits into almost several other mirrors. They are currently all foggy and difficult to see. As you also look around, you note that there's almost this general haze that hangs in the air. As Romulus, or the last of your lights, takes a few moments to come through the wall. All 4 of you are there on the other side. What do you want to do?
Okay, it'll be on this side, so there. We now know there is a way we can equip ourselves, but
Well,
I
Romulus
tell
has
everyone about that, by the
Yeah.
way.
oh,
You tell
oh
everyone
right,
about that.
oh okay.
I was able to make rope, but in the vision thing, it was weird.
Okay.
But you just need to think really, really, really hard about the things you're.
Part of me
I
is
want to.
very cautious to bring the Black Scorpion into Vinny's mind. I don't think that's a good idea. But it is my main weapon.
You have your
I guess
blades,
then
right?
what? Yeah, well, Mortar looks at himself. He doesn't have the blades on him, I'm assuming.
No.
So
No.
he'll try to manifest the daggers,
If
the
we-
stalker blades.
If we're gonna do that, we need to do it so it's not gonna jeopardize his memories. Bear in mind, this is gonna do potential damage. So if we're gonna do it somewhere sort of like, for example, if you need to bring a book in, maybe in a memory he sees a bookshelf or something, and we can manifest a book into the bookshelf. So it's not something that will have a massive impact on the memory.
If there's rogues around, there's daggers. Mine's easy.
Yeah. So if we're gonna do this, do it so it's at least obnoxious as possible, because we don't want to damage the memories.
Agreed. Yeah, there's no way Black Scorpion would make it in here. So, daggers it is.
Yeah. Okay. So, shall we all go to a memory each, or
Is that like
Shall-
an actual thing, or are you just coming up with that? Because I don't know. It's like,
Cyber.
what?
well, do we have any proof that that's how it works, or is that just an assumption?
That's how what works.
As in, like, you need to make it's helpful for it to be within a period that it actually works in. Because I don't know how this brain stuff works, and I'm trying to. I don't know the rules, and I want to know whether the rules are rules or whether they're, what we think's going on that we haven't got confirmed yet.
Well, from
Think of
what
it
you
this way.
said,
Think of it this way. If we bring too many things into Vinny's brain, it's going to scramble the memory, and that's going to fuck Vinny up. Vinny is actually kind of useful to us, and he's a very good party member. He says that bit slightly louder so Vinny can kind of hear before kind of covering up,
Aw.
going, "We really don't want him being brain dead. That is not good for us. So you got to be discreet with this shit."
You don't hear any of this, by the way, Ben. But if you would like to do anything, Vinny, while your party members are asleep, whether you want to shave off a bit of Romulus or you want to draw some silly faces on Kirv's face, it's up to you. Just let me know.
No specific suggestions, of course. But,
No,
if
at
you
all.
wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't feed Cat because her presence isn't there. I don't know how much control the creature has.
You should try high-fiving the hand with the teeth on it.
Or its eye. No, poke its eyes. No, don't do that. Actually, don't.
Or maybe just grab hold of Black Scorpion and see what happens.
Oh, good God.
You please do.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
could
If
do.
he dies, do we die?
You don't know.
Yes, we do.
My
Probably-
head
probably.
explodes and you're
We
inside my
definitely
head.
do.
Probably.
I'm not a fan.
There's some possible
die.
chain reactions here.
Best case scenario, we end up with one hell of a headache and a dead tiefling on our hands. which, despite all evidence to the contrary, is not how I usually spend a Sunday night.
No.
Usually. So every now and again,
Usually.
maybe you might break the rule.
Well, things happen.
Okay.
We were all young once.
So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to try and bring some? Because the creature is in here. That I can guarantee.
Oh. Maybe bring stuff that isn't exactly, like you say, it's going to be subtle. So just time and place, I think, is probably the best,
Okay.
best way to do it.
And how do we want
hey.
to pursue these memories? Together?
Maybe let's go with the level of importance of the item that we're going to go in. So maybe we look for a memory where Vinny is in the library to get your spellbook. I think that might be the
These-
priority.
All of these memories that are in here are the memories that Vinny hasn't got.
So we don't know.
So can we see those memories, Chris?
We can see that.
Yeah.
This is why we're here.
When you get to them,
Can see them, right.
when you get
Okay.
to them, to activate them, you have to pump in, I believe it was a 2nd level spell slot to activate it.
It was, well,
Okay.
hang on, give me a second. I've got this written down.
I only have one of those, so I'll be able to access one.
It was the highest level spell slot I had available at the time.
Okay.
Okay, so
So-
that'll be a 3rd level.
For me, it's a 5th level now.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it'd
for
be
me it'd be a 3rd level, but that'll be it for me once I'm done.
Yeah. For Romulus, you'd be able to give up other features like your use of rage, one of your uses of rage, or something similar.
I'd be able to give up like some of my favors and like
Anyone with
resources.
spellcasting has to use spellcasting first.
I mean, yeah. So once spellcasting is done, then
Then you can start using other things. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh, in which case then
I
I'm
have
good.
so few resources left already.
Maybe
I'm gonna
save
just-
yours.
Be a bouncer.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure you stand there with your arms crossed. Or your
Can
rope
I-
crossed.
I don't suppose I can see in without going through. Is that an option?
What do you mean?
So, like, if I can't interact, is there a way for me to not interact with anything but look in and basically be on lookout for, like, if things are getting rough, jump in?
Wait. So you mean are you on? So do you mean on the other side of the silver barrier, or as in from a memory?
From a memory.
From a memory, you can't go into them physically. They are basically just sheets of glass.
Okay.
But if you manifest
Yeah,
something
you
into it,
just
you can
watch.
reach through and grab it.
Oh, okay. I understand now.
Yeah. So as it currently stands,
Okay,
all of them,
so-
they're effectively all computer screens with different memories.
I thought you
on
meant we
them.
had to go into them to get it.
No,
and, yeah,
no.
okay.
Basically,
So look-
we give something up to turn them on, essentially.
Yes.
Does it look like the memories are in an order? Does it look like there's a certain order in which they should go, or is it all over the place?
Roll me an investigation check with disadvantage.
Aha! Okay.
Can I do the same?
Roll me an investigation check with disadvantage. I'll only allow 2 people to do this, but go ahead.
I don't suppose I can assist someone.
No, unfortunately, this is going to be
Oh,
has to be with
beautiful.
disadvantage for this.
It's a 7 for me.
For me, investigation, I think I've got a +8 on that. Yeah, so mine's an 11.
11? Okay. With a 7, you don't pick up on anything. I'll say, with even though it was a low roll, there is no order, but you do notice with your passive perception one thing that does look out of place. One of these memories is not necessarily as grey as the others. It has a hint of colour. And obviously Kat mentioned that she'd activated one of the memories previously, so it's quite possible that that was the one she activated. As for the 11, there is no rhyme or reason to this that you can fathom. If there is, you might be able to pick it up as you unlock more memories. But as it currently stands, where you've been standing and talking for a little bit, I'd like everyone to roll me a stealth check.
Ooh.
However,
Could I
Benefit
ask
from the
questions as
usual
we're
level
doing
of
this?
bullshit.
you can ask questions as we're doing this. I will say this. You'll be rolling me stealth using your intelligence. So if you have proficiency, you add your proficiency.
Oh,
Otherwise,
no.
you're just making it with your intelligence. And you...
So hold
Aw.
on, do I have expertise in this?
No, you don't have expertise, you just retain proficiency.
So
So does
Okay.
that make my stealth a +8 then?
Yes.
As all my intelligence.
does.
Woo!
Oh,
Provided you're proficient
okay.
in stealth.
So it'll be
I got an 18.
I am, yes. No, I'm not.
proficiency is
No.
+3, so that is
So,
Should be +4 at your
question I
current
wanted
level.
to ask.
oh +4.
Question I wanted
Sorry.
to ask.
Okay,
Mhm.
that's fine.
when someone goes into one of these memories, they see everything as it was, right?
Yeah.
From Vinny's point of view.
Yeah.
I need you to tell me whether Vinny's red is the same as our red.
Is in his skin
Are
color?
the colors the same? Are the colors the same? Does he see colors differently?
Oh.
You need to
Oh!
make this right now. What do we see?
So,
I'm excited.
you'll need to go to one of these memories first to identify
I
that
know.
for certain. But I will say, you now having earned dark vision, know that dark vision, as it's seen in dark vision, will be black and white. If there is light, then there may be color to go with it.
Come on, man. I just want to know.
Hey, you have to find a vision with light in it.
Tell me there's a vision with light in it. Can I see a candle anywhere?
There
in, like,
was
the grayscale?
one with the campfire previously. Yes, he sees color the same as everyone else.
Aha! I disagree with this because it's unlikely, but also, well, thank you.
Why?
This is good.
Why is it unlikely?
Well, just because of the sheer ridiculousness of complexity of how our eyes work, it seems much more likely that everyone has a slightly different, probably not massively different, but a slightly different interpretation of what colors look like.
So then, when you see
because-
them, you'd see them as your colors because that's how you'd see them.
No, because we're seeing them through his eyes.
Yeah.
It's more.
And then you're seeing
is
those
my
colors
understanding.
through your eyes, so you're seeing that interpretation of it.
But we're a brain, and we're in his brain.
Ah.
Look,
So, spatial
Uh,
awareness
No, we're not.
I want to
spatial
prove it.
awareness- Oh, that's really cool. Spatial awareness allows me to extend my consciousness, sense any creature that is within 30 feet of me that has an intelligence of 4 or higher for 10 minutes. I don't learn the direction. And if you... Hold on.
So you said it lasts for 10 minutes?
It lasts for 10 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
If a creature wishes to stealth from this sense, it must make an intelligence arcana check against my passive perception to remain hidden from me. So I'm also extending that.
Okay. And what's the DC for that, should it come up? Or is it your passive perception, did you say?
Yeah, my passive. So that would be a DC of 18.
Noted. Okay. So, stealths across the board using intelligence. So, Romulus, you got an 18, you said?
Yes, 18.
Good. Mortar?
16.
Dun,
Cool.
Dun, dun,
Cat?
dun, 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 dun,
13.
Dun,
13. And Kirv?
Can I just so when you say use intelligence, do you mean instead of stealth
So,
modifier?
Instead of
are you
dexterity, or-
proficient in stealth?
No.
Okay, so it would just be using your intelligence modifier instead.
That'd be your -2.
So
All right.
it'll be your
So
-2.
16.
16. Okay. Cat somehow managed to get the lowest.
And Romulus somehow managed to get the highest, being
Yeah, the
So-
roles are reversed.
Yeah.
The greatest
interesting.
wizard of our time.
Yeah. So, currently you don't sense anything and you believe you're going unnoticed so far. What would you like to do?
Let's go to the first memory. Let's activate that. And let's try and get some equipment in case the creature finds us. While also taking note of every detail from that memory, because we are going to have to repeat this.
I'll point out as well to the screen that's kind of colour, and I'll say it looks like one of the screens has already been activated or something. So,
I'm assuming that's the one I went to last time.
oh, you've been there before?
Yeah, that's how comes I know the creature's in here, and
Smart.
so yeah. Let's go to the nearest one, and where it seems right, if we can, if it makes sense thematically within the memory, I'll try and get my book, and then you can try and get your daggers.
I think maybe the first things first, probably the best thing to do is to keep our proper, our full casters from using their spell slots. So I have a bunch of resources I can use, which are very, very not that great without Black Scorpion, and I won't be summoning that here because I think that'll do a real number on Vinny.
Yeah,
So
that's a
if
good
I
point.
burn my resources first to try to save your guys' spell slots and your raiders,
Okay.
then hopefully we should be better equipped, and I can stay out of the way if something comes up.
Right.
Okay.
Let's go to the first one.
Yeah, let's do it. Mortar will go and he will expend his third level spell slot.
Okay, so are you just going to the nearest memory?
The one that's not one of them that's not coloured.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d10, please.
Okie dokie.
Brain.
That's how many hemorrhages you have.
Nope.
I thought you were going to say hemorrhoids.
7.
7.
Okay. And now roll me a d4 and a d8, please.
Together?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only hemorrhoids if your head is up your ass.
That is 4 total, 1 and 3.
Okay. So...
1 on the D8 and 3 on the...
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're pumping some spell points into this?
Yeah, I'm pumping a third level spell point, and then that a third level spell, which now reduces my spell points to 0.
Okay. You otherwise go up to the memory, place your hands against it, and you watch as the otherwise foggy glass begins to almost peel away and colour begins to set in as you begin to look at whatever vision this may be. You see what looks to be Vinny kind of sat in a chair in a back corner, just kind of slowly but surely turning over one of the scimitars in his hand, just kind of getting a look at it, listening in. You otherwise hear what seems to be muffled conversation. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
This will just be a straight roll because I'm
Because
not
you
using
do not have
summons.
you don't have your magical goggles at the moment.
Sorry, just a moment.
That's right.
Just check my perception score. So that's a +8, so that's 24.
Okay, 24. You otherwise can't see much, as Vinny's memory is him looking down and kind of turning over his scimitar in his hands. But you otherwise hear conversation nearby from what sounds to be the older rock gnome. We've managed to arrange a few things, Cassius, for this. I've called in a few old favours. They're going to be helping out where they can. It's difficult given what we're trying to do. You know that trying to fight chainers is difficult, to say the least, but trying to get something like this from them when they've got so much attention. What do you suppose we're going to be able to do to get it? I mean, we've only been able to do so much, and last time we didn't even get close to it. We'll get it, don't you worry. We'll take some time. I have some friends on my end as well. Isn't that right? That is the case, yes. I've otherwise pulled some favours of my own, and I have a few of those, of some others working for me, who will help out. Well, if you say so, this is certainly going to be a difficult one, but I hope this is worth it, Cassius. You question my judgment. We're part of a contract already. No, not questioning your judgment, just... We almost lost Marla in the last one. Carverne got injured as well, although she wouldn't like to say it as much. But while they're away for the time being, on duties I've put them to, I'd prefer that we all come out of this alive. I understand your concerns. Don't worry. With what we have planned, it should go through quite nicely. We'll get that ring. I do hope so. It is of great importance. The vision ends.
Mortar will turn and he'll say, it seems this Cassius guy was preparing a bunch of some allies to go up against some chainers to retrieve a ring. It seems to be a continuation from the previous memory based on the fact that this Marla chick is still injured.
Romulus,
Yes.
what's your AC?
16 generally.
Okay, so a 26 will hit you.
Oh,
Cloud
Is
room?
this a presence I could detect?
Cloud rune. This isn't a presence you can detect, no. As this creature has rolled a 24 on its stealth check using Arcana. Because
It
it
also has
knows
blind
how
sight.
memories
That's
work.
what
Blind sight doesn't pick up on it either, because it got a natural 20 on its stealth check. In this moment,
Technically-
Mortar,
I don't need to see the attack. I just need to see the creature it hits.
okay, that's fine. And where will you be redirecting it? What to? Because you can't redirect it back to the attacker.
No.
So, let me describe this narratively, and you'll understand why I probably won't allow you to redirect this with Cloud Rune real quick. So,
Yeah, it's fair. I suspect.
Romulus is already
as much.
dead.
as the rest of you are otherwise watching this memory, you're all picking up on it. There's this almost this shift in space as you feel this almost heavy pressure come into place. As Romulus, you turn and the world around you goes dark. You take 40 points of psychic damage.
Christ.
Vinny,
That's a pretty hefty hit.
you take 20 points of psychic damage.
Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
In this,
Okay.
That's
in
fun.
this, let me know if you go unconscious. By the way, Vinny, because that will become very
Not
important.
yet.
In that moment, as this happens, the rest of you turn. What, Vinny? Were you gonna say, are you on 0?
I'm not unconscious. I'm not bloodied, but only just.
Okay.
I have to check the numbers.
Good to know. Mortar, you're the first to notice this with your passive perception. As you otherwise feel this immense pressure, you watch as Romulus is swallowed. As what looks to be a creature of unfathomable size, well over into the hundreds of feet long, this large, almost worm-like creature, a large mouth, otherwise scooping Romulus up, swallowing him, and then spinning back around as you see what looks to be, on the top of its head, a singular eye looks towards all of you, and you watch as the vision and memory goes dark. I would like everyone to roll me initiative, please. Cat, last time this happened...
I have been swallowed.
Cat, last time this happened, you broke your concentration and left immediately. Romulus cannot break concentration because you hold it. You let me if you want to break concentration at any moment. But I will say this, once a turn has started, a turn will finish.
Okay.
BRB. I
Chris,
rolled an 8 for initiative.
Okay.
I have a quick question.
Mhm.
I don't have my spell book, but do I have the abilities of the creature?
You could certainly find out.
Why not?
Oh, this
But-
is gonna get fun.
No, I'm not going to transform, just to clear that up. I'm just curious to see...
So,
'cause the black
Vinny, I'll
pages
also
are
be
enabled
adding
to-
you to the initiative order, because you can self-heal yourself. Right now, you're taking half the damage the rest of the party take whenever they take psychic damage.
Okay. I'll.
So roll for initiative, because being able to heal yourself with whatever spells you have will be able to keep them in there longer. I will say this now. Kat, you have seen this thing before, and Vinny feeling the presence of this. You both understand that this thing is way out of your league. Whatever this is, this thing will crush all of you if you are not very, very careful. So, Initiative order, please. Okay, my monster got some very good on that. So, 20 or 25 plus, I should say.
He's not here, man.
Ooh. Well, he has to roll because he can still heal himself outside of combat.
Yes, yeah, I've
Oh,
rolled.
cool.
25 to 20. 20 to 15.
18.
Okay. 15 to 10.
13. Oh no.
10 to
this doesn't bode
5?
well.
I got 5.
Wait, how much did you get,
Say the
Mortar?
next.
Did you say? 8.
8.
Okay. And Cat, you said 5. Romulus?
-2.
Makes sense, narratively.
Narratively, yeah. As always, my rolls do tend to fit the narrative a little,
So,
unfortunately.
this will be a narrative combat for the purposes of... I don't think a map would do justice here. It would just be a blank canvas with a tile not present. So, at the top of the initiative order with a 25 is this unknown creature. As in this moment, it has otherwise reared back, swallowed Romulus, and in this moment is going to let out a deafening screech through the air around you. I would like you three, because you are all clumped up, to all make me wisdom saving throws or constitution saving throws of your choice. Romulus,
is it
you do
able
not have
to
to...
screech because I am in its mouth?
Yeah,
You
he's
are
currently in his
you
throat,
are
so he can't
several
execute.
you are several feet down in this hundreds of foot long creature. Yes, it can still shriek at
Oh.
you. It's like asking, can someone talk after they have swallowed? It doesn't take that long before they can start talking.
Well, I don't know how far down I am. I could be in the mouth. I could be in the esophagus.
Oh no, you're hitting whatever
Oh.
constrained belly there may be. So you get to choose between wisdom or constitution of your choice, peoples. DC you're trying to beat is 23.
Oh, that's never happening.
Nope. Nope.
So
No.
did all three fail?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kat, what did you choose? Wisdom or constitution?
I went wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. Let me quickly roll some damage here. You take 26 points of psychic damage. Vinny, you take 13. And because you failed your wisdom saving throw, you no longer have to make concentration checks. And you must spend an action to break your own concentration. Kirv, what did you choose?
I am now bloody.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was part of that one. I will do
Yep.
that really, really quick. Right
Con
now.
or Wiz. And how much damage did you take there, Kat? It was 23, wasn't it?
26.
26, sorry, yeah.
13.
13. And was that con or
Wisdom.
wisdom? Wisdom? Okay. You
Whiz.
take 26 points of psychic damage, halved to 13 for you, which means it's halved for you, Vinny. So you take 6, Vinny. And you no longer have to make concentration checks when you take damage. You now have to spend your action to break your concentration on detect thoughts, which is currently keeping you and Mortar here. Mortar, wisdom or constitution saving throw?
Constitution.
Okay, you take 26 points of psychic damage and are blinded and deafened.
Chris, I've sent you a DM.
Alright.
I like to think it's just a picture of Anne crying.
Just picture my ass.
Okay. Keep in mind, on your overlay, I did heal you last session, so you should have health. Oh no, because you
No,
took damage when you went in when you entered. That's right.
Correct.
So the rest of you watch as one of the lights flickers for a moment. As I will say this, Mortar is unconscious, and currently no one can cast healing magic.
Okay.
Today seems like a good day to die.
So, it has used its breath weapon. It has swallowed Romulus from its initial attack. It's going to end its turn there. On initiative 20, Vinny's mind takes place. Vinny, I want you to make me a d20 roll. You are going to be going against my d20 roll.
Okay.
When Vinny's come to back us up.
It's been in cast Mind Crush and everything in it.
Okay,
Just
I got an
explode.
11, so you need a 12 or higher.
What if he gets an
Secretly, Vinny's
11?
plan all along
Which
was
one?
to get all in his head.
Oh, if he gets an 11, he fails because it's the creature's lair, but it's technically in Vinny's mind. So I'll let you know what this means. So the creature will get one of its lair
I
actions.
suppose you have an inspiration.
If you want to use it, if you have one.
Vinny is permanently inspired.
He inspires me.
So-
He inspires me
No,
every
I
day.
do not, I'm afraid.
No,
Worth a try.
no worth a shout, definitely.
I always wake up a better
So,
person.
as a general note for how this
Yeah,
will
thank you.
work, and it will work like this going forward as well. If you, when the lair action comes around, we will roll. Whoever gets the higher roll, if we get equal, the creature will win. But whoever gets the higher roll gets to do something. If the creature wins, I get to choose one of its 3 lair actions to use. If you win, you get to cast a spell inside your own mind. So,
Preferably a healing one.
as well as being able to use your bonus action for a bardic inspiration on someone as well. So it's limited still, but you have more flexibility on what you can do.
Wow, I wish
Yeah,
my
you
last
do
spell slot
cast-
wasn't taken away from me.
Ah, it is a shame, isn't it? So, with that, it will be my lair actions go. Ooh. I would like everybody to make me a wisdom saving throw, please, including you, Romulus.
Save?
Do I need to- Oh no. Do I need to make them if I'm unconscious, or do I? Just...
Yes, you will need to make a wisdom saving throw, even though you're unconscious.
Is it a wisdom or a con save, or is
Just
it just
a wisdom on this one.
Mortar!
Well,
Okay.
God damn it!
So there are 2 DCs for this one, DC 10 and DC 20. Let me know if you hit, which ones you hit, if either of them. So, Romulus,
4.
4, you forget the memory you just saw in Vinny's memory.
I'll be honest, I wasn't even. Romulus of all people was still getting to grips with the whole. But what color is he seeing?
That's fair.
Is that just
Mortar,
my version
what did you
of
get?
his color?
Got a natural 1, Chris.
Okay, you forget the memory of what you have just seen inside of Vinny's memory. Cat,
Shows where my head's at anyway right now.
15.
15, the memory is going fuzzy, but you can remember it. Kirv?
15, same.
Yeah, you can remember the memory, but it's going fuzzy. So it will require history checks for you two to remember. So, the lair has gone at initiative 20. Now, we return to the player initiative order. Vinny, you are
Oh,
up.
thank goodness.
There's an outside force in this moment.
So, I know I'm taking damage.
Yeah.
How much do I understand of what's going on in there?
You otherwise feel almost these discordant screams and tearing at your mind, and it's almost like a bad headache turned up to 11. And you're in this moment kind of grabbing the side of your head, trying to concentrate as best you can. You begin to feel almost this trickle running down. You otherwise dab away a bit of blood from your nose and a little bit running down from your right ear as you are kind of dabbing away this blood. You know that you are being affected by whatever's happening to them. You also, I will say, understand that if they don't stop, you will die. As there's only so much damage you can take, but you can give them a bit longer, should you wish to.
Okay. And do I understand that Mortar's unconscious? Can I see any change in his physical body?
No.
Fuck.
Okay.
Oh no.
As right now,
So,
Mortar is
this-
wearing a red mask that is masking the blood that is coming out of his nose.
Oh.
So, Chris, a quick thing. My head is no longer attached to my shoulders, but I think I'm fine.
Ah, fair enough.
My head has exploded, but he's well to do the trick.
No, you are not dead at the moment. As it stands,
No,
the only blood that's coming from you would be coming from your nose, but as always stated, you're wearing a mask that's covering it, and it is also red.
Indeed.
So, at this moment,
It looks great.
no one can tell.
Right. Can I tell any change in any of the others?
Looking around,
not looking
you
too
can
good.
see that each of them have, like, slowly but surely, they've kind of groaned and shifted slightly as various things have happened. Some of them have done it unanimously. Cat seems to be the only one really unaffected, whereas the rest of them have kind of, they've not necessarily turned a bit, but they're kind of sat there almost, their bodies are limp and yet stiff at the same time, tense, if you will. But only a few of them, I will say, Romulus and Kirv, you can pick up on what looks to be kind of little bits of blood trickling down their nose. You watch as Filch takes a peck at Kirv to try and wake her up, but damage no longer wakes her from her concentration.
Aww.
You watch as Jeff begins to do the same, but again, Cat doesn't wake.
Bodied. Just...
Okay, right. I don't know what happens to them if I die while they're inside my head, but I assume it's nothing good. So I'm going to cast a 3rd level healing word on myself.
Okay.
So, 3d4 plus 4.
Mm-hmm. And we got... Nice. So 14.
14.
Pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay. There are 2 people that I can see who are injured. It's Kirv that's also responsible for Mortar.
Mortar?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Right. Since I can't meaningfully bardic inspiration, since I don't believe they can hear me.
Mm-hmm. And use your bonus action on
Maybe
healing word
you
as well.
thought it
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah, Vinny goes to think really hard and realizes what he could do instead is try and feed Kirv a healing potion.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Drink.
So-
You've got to remember to massage the throat.
So
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
be
we've got
2d4
really
plus
help.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So go for it.
Oh.
Right. And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna lean in and try to whisper quietly in her ear and also think loudly in my head.
Ooh.
I think you need to wake up. I think we're all about to die.
Okay, that's an 8. So you get 8 points of healing, Kirv.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay. At the end of your turn?
That's my turn, yeah. I don't want to move outside of the dome and make things worse for everyone
Okay.
in the town, potentially.
Kirv, you're up.
Did I hear the whisper?
No. But you know that you currently can't wake up from taking damage. You're going to need to focus to break out of this.
Mm-hmm. Right, Kirv musters to say to everybody, we're not ready for this, we have to go. And I will start concentrating on
Breaking
leaving.
Out. Okay.
Breaking out.
You spend your action to do so. You're otherwise focused as best you can, kind of pressing your hand against the side of your head. And in that moment, I'll say Cat, you watch as 2 of the lights disappear, as they are removed from this space around. You otherwise wake up, Kirv, otherwise breathing heavily, kind of panting. You feel almost dried blood at the back of your throat as you begin to cough and splutter, getting what you can out as the rest of your turn. So you have woken up and broken free of your own concentration. Mortar. Roll me a death save, please. Ah, yes, that's right. You do hidden death saves. Here we go. You are
this is exciting.
orange.
I haven't done this before.
So, down here... Oh, no. Down in the bottom right of the board over here, there is a dice hidden.
Oh, over there.
So, roll that dice, keep it to yourself, and I will see what it is. Just mark down what it is. If it's an
Oh,
nat
okay,
20,
cool. I can
if
send it
it's
to you via DM, to be fair. So.
oh no, I can just change the color back. Just to make sure you know what it is.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Cool. Okay. End of your turn. Cat, you are currently the only one there. As it passes by their go, the creature is going to use legendary action. It is going to use a Thought Fisher on you. So, what is your AC currently?
My AC currently... Does Mage Armor technically
Yeah.
work at the moment? Okay, so it'd be 7... No, that's my DC, sorry. AC is 16.
16. Okay.
Oh god, there's a lot of thoughts.
Okay.
Of a lot of different people. Have fun! Good luck!
I'm going to assume a 28 hits you.
Yeah, probably.
In this moment, as you're otherwise there, hovering there in this moment, kind of looking and staring down this creature, you hear this almost whisper in your mind, I recognize you. As you take 42 points of psychic damage.
Damn.
Vinny, you take 21. Cat, are you unconscious?
No!
Good, because it'll be your turn in a moment if you want to break that concentration. As the Thought Fisher breaks your mind, you hear those words, and you clutch against the side of your head, and in this vision, this memory, you see this creature and just how dangerous it is. Okay. Your turn, Cat.
Okay, I need to ask, I mean, I don't mind if it's using my bonus action or what have you. If I drop my concentration, Romulus is inside it.
Yep.
Am I sure that Romulus will be able to leave?
You don't know.
I mean, I would put forward that you're sure that I won't be able to leave if you keep concentration, but
It's the only option you have.
it's up to you, really.
I'm just saying, because I hope I don't want to. I want to drop concentration, but if I drop it and you're stuck there because it somehow manages to keep you there, then we need to either
You're gonna have
save
to go on it.
Romulus or something. Alternatively, I could try and convince Cychania to cast Modify Memory on the creature.
Oh!
Ooh,
Oh, that's pretty
a really
hot,
cool idea.
actually.
I'm kind
Yeah,
of
I
like in
agree.
a
That's
state
a
of
sick
two different things here. Do I attempt it? If it fails, then Cat possibly goes down. Or do I drop
It's a
concentration
risky
and then...
way, dude. Because do
I
we
know.
think that casting Modified Memory will somehow disrupt Vinny? Because this creature it seems to be connected to him.
I would say the safest bet is try and get out, because you can cast Modify Memory on Vinny, which should then theoretically be able to affect this thing. So get out,
It's more
whether
to
that
Vinny's
takes
focus
us out or not, and then do Modify Memory with the specific focus of killing the shit out of that thing. Maybe.
Okay, I was just concerned about leaving Romulus and then possibly being like, oh fuck, now he's dead, and his mind is in there.
It's better to just get out as quickly as you can, because it might bring me out, and if it doesn't, at least then you're on the outside and not hurting and can do something about it, as opposed to being in here where, you know, we're a bit fucked.
Okay, alright, in that case then, I am going to concentrate on dropping the concentration.
Okay. You do so, and the Detect Thoughts drops. Romulus, as you are inside the creature's stomach, you feel your tether to Cat dissipate.
Oh no.
You feel your cognition beginning to spread, splinter, and pull you back to your body in this moment. How many hit points do you have remaining?
41.
Okay. Okay. You take 36 points of psychic damage as you are pulled from the creature, and you return to your physical form, very, very unwell. Vinny, you take 18 points of psychic damage as this happens.
You just
I
see
am
blood
down.
streaming out
You're
of
down?
me.
Yes.
Okay. So, in this moment, Cat, as you break the concentration, you otherwise catch what little bit of the nosebleed that you've got there in that moment that's otherwise beginning to fall onto the base of the dome and into the fresh snow below. You quickly turn to look at Romulus as Romulus stays still for a moment, shooting up, breathing in heavily and coughing up blood as you watch as Vinny kind of sways for a moment and then falls to his side. Your entire party is a wreck.
As
But for
I
now,
come to
seem
and
safe.
realise what's going on, I'm aware how much damage I've taken, and I'm aware that Ravini had nosebleed last time, so he potentially could. I'm going to be casting Elemental Detonation with the Healing Rune.
Okay, go ahead and roll me Wild Magic as well. And then we'll go for the healing
that.
afterwards.
Ooh, 3.
That goes off.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me Wild Magic. You could get a fireball in here and knock everybody down, and then you're screwed. And it's luck of the roll. 21. Okay. Everybody who gets hit by this has disadvantage on saving throws against Cat's next spell for the next minute. So, oh well.
Fair.
So.
Is it
How much healing is that? It's half, remember? It's D8.
Yeah.
No, D6s. It's 8D6.
D6? It is 8D6. Okay. Remember,
Okay.
it's halved.
So, everybody is healed for 17 hit points. As Cat, in this moment, otherwise the pain racking around her, otherwise conjures this small crystal in the palm of her hand as the rune detonates, spraying you all with this almost vibrant light that begins to warm and heat your inside as you feel the wounds beginning to knit back together, bones that otherwise
Did you say
feel
17?
ached. Yes.
Yeah.
All of your aches and pains around your bones and muscles begin to almost fade in this moment, but the head pain sticks. All of
Is
you are
everyone
very
okay?
worse for wear, but you are all that little bit wiser on just how dangerous this creature is and, well, how it could have gone last time, Cat.
Oh, hang on, I'm just doing some quick maths. I've got to remove my spell points.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Right. Okay, guys. Everyone alright?
Oh, I'm back.
Head count? Okay.
Is everyone alive?
Mm-hmm.
I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, I stressed it
Vinny,
enough.
you should talk to someone about that. That was you've got problems, buddy.
I'm gonna
Oh,
look
I
at
know. I carry my demons around wherever I go.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Oh, is that the start of your new edgy emo phase song? Because fuck off. Dad's going back to bed.
Well, you're not going. You're not. It's not bedtime yet.
Oh fuck.
I mean, you were all like inside my brain, like within my body, squirming around, crawling in my skin.
Oh, my skin.
These wounds. For God's sake.
You all take an additional point of
Nice.
psychic damage.
Damn!
This is fair.
I was doing so well.
Somehow, like the reverse version of oh god, I can't even. You know, Inside Out. Why couldn't it have been like Inside Out? Why did it have to
Yeah, I
be
was
like?
Yeah,
Is
instead of
there
something
anyone here who
terrifying.
doesn't have like a head demon?
I don't have one in my
Anyone here who
head.
does not have a head demon?
Yours
I
is
don't
in
think
all
I
of
have
you.
one.
I
Yeah,
am the
yours
head
is like
demon.
I'm good. I'm fine.
Okay. So currently we have really, we don't want anyone with a head demon. Like, that's the fact that we have 3 in this group alone is unreal.
Birds of a feather flock
0
together.
should be the target. I agree.
If I had a gold for every time one of our party had a demon in them, or a monstrosity in them, I'd have 3 nickels or 3 gold, which isn't a lot, but you know,
But
it's
the
weird that
same-
it's
the
happened
same.
thrice.
It's the fact that it's happened 3 times.
Yeah,
Okay, right.
you
So,
have one in
any
you
idea
too,
what the
right?
Any idea what the hell that was?
I have no idea. I believe it's probably put in place by the guy that doesn't want Vinny to remember him. I'm gonna look down at Cychania. Is there a way we can return that memory we saw using Modify Memory? Obviously, you'd have to cast it. But is it possible?
Chania shakes head left to right.
Ah. Okay. That's worth a shot.
And
Wait, you saw a memory?
We did. It was believed to be the one that follows on from the last memory.
What? You guys saw a memory?
Foggy.
yeah,
Yeah,
all I'm hearing is
vaguely,
static right now.
vaguely remember.
Oh.
God, I hate myself.
Is
So
this
I
Cat
thought.
or Jamie?
No, this is me. So I thought, oh, it's okay. Mortar's watching this one, so I'm sure he'll probably be taking notes. I thought. I completely not thinking, oh, hang on, no, we're all watching it. So.
I remember what it is. Oh no.
So Cat might be able to succeed the history roll, but Jamie is too inept to have wrote notes.
If it helps, Mortar said it out loud. He explained it, but
I've
can't
got
remember anything now.
I've got the very good option of being able to say, you know what, my character forgot it, so I have just removed the information.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, alright, I have a rough thing anyway, because I got some vague notes. But okay, I'm gonna make a history check. Can I make a remember it?
Roll me a history check. You can do this once every 30 days.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, that's a 20.
20? Still fuzzy.
Motherfuck.
Actually, no, because it's the Les DC. So yes, no, that'll be fine. You remember, you think back as best you can, and it does begin to clear for a moment as you begin to kind of focus in on that memory. So Chania isn't able to imprint the memory onto Vinny, but can imprint the memory onto you. So I'll say that Cychania otherwise casts Modify Memory to help in this instance, to try and clear away the fog. As you look back at the memory, you remember it being Vinny was sat there, otherwise looking over his scimitar, cleaning it if need be, and otherwise looking it over as he listened to Numbers and Cassius discuss plans and resources and how they were pulling what favours they could to get this done, along with whoever this mysterious third party was mentioning that they were going to be pulling in several of their own favours or individuals to help with the task at hand.
Okay. And I will relay the fact that, if I recall rightly, this is the thing. Was it Cassius and Marla that weren't there? They were doing other tasks?
Carvern and Marla weren't there.
Carvern and Marla weren't there. They were sent to do other tasks because they were previously injured, and it involved fighting chainers. That's some of the notes that I got that worked alongside this thing. But I'll relay all of that to Vinny.
Okay, I had a vague memory of chainers being involved somehow, so that adds up.
Also,
What was I doing there then?
Yeah, sharpening and looking at your rapier.
Before we went
Scimitar,
into the
but
pane
yes.
of glass,
Scimitar, that's it.
Before we went into the barrier, I recognize there was a silver dragonborn in your memories.
Carver.
Right. It was ages ago, but I remember came up now. I remember seeing a vision of her having her scales removed, like peeled off. Under what context, I'm not sure, but I think we've waited here long enough. I don't think we can afford to wait long. This was. I don't remember how long ago this was, but.
Was she alive still, or?
She was in a lot of pain, yeah. She was alive. She was holding on as best she could, but I don't know how long for. So I don't know how long someone can withstand that much pain without losing themselves to it or dying. So I think we've definitely learned something. This is an experience. We should probably start heading up the mountain at some point.
Yeah, you said a vision, sorry. What? Do you get visions often?
It seems to come when I dabble with someone's brain too much. It kind of almost leaks into mine or something. I'm not really sure, to be honest, but all I remember is getting a glimpse of it. I don't remember if
you've
I
got a
was
leaky brain.
Yeah, it explains my intelligence score. Yeah,
Okay.
I am. So we should probably hurry. I won't lie, whatever that thing
Agreed.
was really took that out of me. I can catch up with you guys, but right now I'm tapped. I'm useless right now.
No, that's about it for me as well.
Should we take a long rest here and then? How am I gonna get up?
The fact that we went in there and didn't have any of our gear. That should have been the first time.
You can do that thing where you climb up walls, right?
Yeah.
Why not just have you go around the borders of the village and meet up with us?
Could, but I don't. The thing is, if they see me, are they going to get suspicious I'm up to something?
Well, what they said that you couldn't come within the village, right? But
True,
they
but
didn't try and attack you
No, but does
when
this
you were leaving.
does this temple technically count as part of the village?
We could ask. We could just go and ask.
I'll just say that we need to get to the temple, and we're not going to hang around. But is it okay if I just walk through?
Or I think we should at least put forward the going around suggestion. You know, if they don't like the idea of you going through, because it is like the one thing they asked.
It's true, but
Yeah, and I do want to be respectful of their wishes, but
The thing is, do we think we can justify waiting any longer to go and rescue your friend?
no.
no, I don't think so. I don't.
We may just have to go as we are.
Right. Either way, I need a short fucking rest. Or a long one, but I'm going to take a short now, unless there's any complaints.
I think a short one is the only thing we can manage.
Yeah, I'll take a short
Wait.
rest, and then we'll try
If
and
we
get to the
wait too
temple.
much longer, then I think she's fucked.
Yeah, you can take a short rest if you'd like to. That's fine.
Okay.
Keep in mind that will
you
not.
regain half.
Hmm?
Regain half spell points for short rest. Is that right?
Yes, for you. Yeah. Keep in mind that, in general, for all of you, if you have your maximum health points are reduced, you are not getting them back this short rest. You still haven't had a long rest since the
That's
first
fine.
fight with the mist wraiths.
Okay, I'm gonna actually use some hit die.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna use,
And
I'm gonna
remember,
use
you will
as
get
well.
Song of Rest, and you also get
Food thingy.
Romulus's cooking, so that's an extra D 6, or was it just an additional amount equal to your level, Romulus? I can't remember.
Double checking,
So-
I think it's a D6.
So is it just hit die, or is it my con modifier too? How
Yes.
does hit die work?
It's one
Hit
of
die
your
plus
hit
con.
die plus your con mod per. So in other words, if
Extra
you're rolling,
D8.
Oh,
That'll
okay,
that'll
okay.
get me back to. That should get me back to my max. Hold on, I'll just.
yeah, your current max should be 53 if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work that out now.
Mhm.
So that'd be 30 then. So that take me to 67
31.
plus. Did you say it was a D8 for?
Yeah, D8 for
No,
me.
my max,
So roll
my
your.
max is 45.
Make sure that if you're gaining the D8, and how much is it from you, Vinny?
7.
I think it's flat
14.
8. but I need
Yeah,
to check.
because we changed your Song
Okay,
of
I'm
Rest
on-
to be flat
I'm on
8.
full
Yeah.
health.
We changed it, and I wrote it down in one of my notebooks, but
I think
can't
I
recall
think it
which.
was a flat 8. Is what we changed it to.
yeah.
Okay, I'm fully healed. So
Okay, so it's a flat 8 plus you got the
So-
D8 from Romulus, but you have to have spent hit dice in order to benefit from that healing.
Plus 15 is.
Oh, okay. Because I don't have any hit
Yeah,
die
I'm
left
back to full.
Oh, so you won't be able to benefit from that.
Wait, why?
from
How did you
either.
spend that many? Because we've
I
rested.
don't.
So on your
we have.
Okay.
We haven't. We
He's
haven't.
new-
Oh,
new to D&D.
on.
How do you get like a new hit die every time you rest?
um,
Uh,
Long
Not
they-
every time. It's
So-
when you long rest, you get half back if you've used. You get half,
Half
the
of
amount
what?
of
half
your
of the
maximum,
amount
I
of
think.
your maximum back each time you long rest. So, and then if you've not got below half, then you'll go back to full.
Hold on, just double checking.
Basically, it's all dependent on your level. So we're level 9 now, right?
So you should have a max of 9 hit dice, which means 4 usually would be the amount that regens on a rest. It's quite possible that you should have just been having more hit dice come back, like hit count come back every time you long
we-
rest.
bear in mind, we haven't long rested since we last healed when we had our encounter. I
Yeah,
believe.
so I
right,
believe, if
yeah.
I remember correctly, you would have had 8 from.
I've then got to take my level in psychic damage to restore this ability, so I'm going to take 9 points of psychic.
Yeah, so you would have had. So the previous day, you were. You had to deal with you had the traders, which was fine. You then had the avalanche, which was fine. You then attacked by the mist wraiths, and I remember you spending 4, I believe it was. Did you spend 4 on healing? Oh no, because you spent. No, you spent more on healing because the party said they were going to take a long rest, and so you used up a bunch of yours just to try and get back to full health in case you were attacked during the night. So yeah, you would have been at
Oh, fair
0.
enough.
I'm about as full as I'm going to be.
Yeah. So.
So I don't get any of the bonuses from those two.
No, afraid not.
How bloody is Kirv looking?
I'm like just a tiny bit bloodied.
It's not so bad.
Yeah. Okay. If it was really bad,
Oh,
I was
actually,
gonna be
hold
like,
on.
right,
I mean, I can put a 3rd level cure wounds in you because I don't really use my spell slots all that much, so I might as well use them to help you a little bit.
Oh, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, we want you guys at your fighting best. So, a 3rd level cure wound, so that would be 3d8 plus my wisdom modifier, which is plus 4.
Keep in mind that you have 1 long rest or 1 short rest after this, and then you're out of short rests for the day.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. So that is 10 plus 4 is 14.
So 14 additional healing.
So 14. Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Okay. Should we go up to the temple then?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Because there's
Right.
wasting time.
How are we going to go about doing this?
Well, I think we'll have a quick break there because it has been 2 hours. So, get some drinks and snacks and whatever you need, and then we'll meet back here and then discuss that and see what you do next. Right, be back in just a moment.
Cinema?
Sounds like a plan.
I'm getting tea.
Right. I won't lie, Simon, if you're still there. I genuinely thought you were kidding when you said you had a demon in your head, like last session. I thought you were genuinely kidding.
Well, this is a learning experience then. Never doubt me again.
It certainly is. Oh yeah, dude, for sure. Like I genuinely thought just because of the train of the conversation we were having last time, I thought you were making fun of me because of what was going on with me. I genuinely went into that going, oh yeah, he's just messing around. And then this thing appeared. Oh man. What the hell?
Why?
Right. I feel like we know at least a little bit more of how to deal with that thing.
Yeah, that's
Predominantly
the fact that we
don't,
know.
for the most part, but
I mean, the fact that we know that it's there and what it kind of looks like and what it can do, that's always a bonus. Like, even if we did get our asses kicked, like, at least we now know what we're in for next time. We can be a bit more cautious. It just, I think the main kicker was the fact that we just didn't have any of our gear with us.
yeah, theoretically skulking around, like not fighting that thing directly, but just
Trying to evade
figuring
it.
out
It's
where
the
it
fact
is.
that it's more the fact that we had to use our intelligence for stealth. That was also rough.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, knowing a little bit more about how that works, it might be possible for maybe one of the smart people to do some research. Maybe. Don't know.
Actually, that's an interesting point. I just had a thought. I don't know if it matters if we stealth. My reason being is because what Kat said last time was that the creature came after she viewed a memory. What if the memories are like an instant trigger and instantly break stealth for this creature to show up?
Maybe. I'm also curious about that line from it telling Kat that it recognized her, but
Obviously,
Jamie hasn't mentioned that in character, so. Right, I need
Trouble
to
is,
be right
I've been unconscious, so I didn't hear it. So
You were out of the memory anyway before it did that. The only
I
one
was
who
already
knew.
unconscious anyway.
Yeah, it was just Kat who knew about that. Well, that was a fun combat.
That wasn't a combat, Chris. That was a slaughter.
True.
Oh man. back.
Welcome back.
Mum told me the cute thing on TV earlier was a bunch of baby orangutans.
Imagine you found that inside Vinny's brain.
It would have been much better than what we found.
I thought it was quite funny that you said it was like people were echoing, like it was some big empty space
Yeah, for sure.
in Vinny's mind.
Yeah.
Bit rude.
I was gonna say.
Now look, you don't use a lot of your brain at once, alright?
I mean, now that's just rubbing salt in the wound, you know?
But I'll make sure that you two have a bigger space for your brain, so it'll be okay.
Well, there's plenty of space for us, don't you worry.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Time to murder things. By murder things, I mean have a big long nap.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should stop calling them short rests and just start calling them naps.
I agree.
It's fair.
Right, I return.
I'm going to have a short nap. A long nap. Every time I nap, I get the ability to fight God again. Warlock Daddy gives me extra spell slots when I nap.
Oh, wow.
I must be in bed on time. Else I won't get my Warlock slots.
So, what were you doing?
How are we getting to the temple?
Climb.
Talk to the bloody ghost people
I
and
close.
ask them to let you go in. Or ask if you can go around up to the temple, because we need to get to the temple. That's
Either
it.
way, it's. I mean, I haven't had the chance to talk to them because they refused to thing.
They don't-
Okay.
Yeah, they want
My-
nothing to do with you.
Well, look.
You can't force people to accept you. They have to come to that on their own terms, and you have made these people scared, intentionally or not. So what we need to do is open a dialogue and go from there, and respect their wishes.
I respect it, but like we kind of need to get to somewhere. I'm happy to try and do what I can to reduce collateral impact, but
Well, I know, but why don't we? But we need to ask either way. So why don't we just ask?
because I'm
just
not
go
allowed in there
around.
to ask them, so the other people.
Why
have
do
to
you
go.
need to be the one to ask?
Can we just go around? Like, isn't the temple?
I
like,
mean,
up
we
a
could
mountain?
probably just go around, like, but the point
Let's
I'm
just
getting
go
at is,
around.
why can't we just go? Why can't we ask and then just like give you a signal?
Yeah, by all means, go.
I'm with Romulus
Fine
on
by
this
me.
one.
Then why are we still here? Go!
Because I can't go.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the. I will wave my Dane axe around if they say it's okay for you to go through the village up to the temple, and I will wave Stagger around if they say it's okay for you to go around, but not in the village, and spider climb up. Okay?
Or counterpoint, why don't Vinny and I, who have been the ones to establish a dialogue, be the ones to go in, chat to them, and then we can maybe see them through? Because we're on good terms with them. They know, they know that we're.
That's fine. I'm literally just wanting to have a signal.
You do realize
Yeah,
like,
what
you
they
could just you could go in talking to Romulus and take Jeff, and I will be there in sight and hearing, so I'll know their answer.
Fine. That's fine. Jeff, hop on. Left horn this time, please.
Jeff hops
He's
onto the
going
left
center.
horn.
He's going between the horns. He's too big for a horn.
I
That's
flex
fair.
my eyebrow muscles and he bursts into flames. What?
Alright, Jeff is dead. You can't do this plan anymore. You heard him.
Stop killing my.
Okay,
No.
it's fun because this bit has now given me the ability to spontaneously combust birds with my eyebrows.
It's a
This is
crystal.
a good trade.
How are you burning crystal with your eyebrows?
It's just Jeff, but yes.
Aww.
And
Okay,
if Jeff
yeah,
ever
no,
turns
jokes aside.
evil.
Again.
Oh god, I'm running out of birds, people. Can we stop killing him?
Okay, we go. Cat stays behind, but Jeff is on my head.
Okay, who's going?
I will go because get everyone the fuck out if necessary.
Okay.
Because he
Vinny,
wants to.
Vinny, you are the charisma. Mortar, you open the dialogue. Let's go. Kirv,
Okay.
your choice.
I'm quite charismatic when it matters.
Let's have Kirv and Vinny go in. They're the most charismatic.
Okay,
Let's
I
have them both go
am
in.
gonna say one thing that could influence a decision.
I
While
will
I'm looking-
set fire to my actual computer.
While I'm looking through Jeff and listening through Jeff, I can't see or hear what's actually happening to my physical body, right?
Yeah.
So someone
Yeah.
should stay behind to protect you.
I'll stay
Mortar.
back with her. Yeah, I'll stay back with her.
All right.
Okay,
Okay.
we go.
Okay.
And also have Tallulah keep an eye out.
You go into the village.
As soon as they leave, I'll just ask Cat if we can cast Dimension Door up to the mountain. Is that a thing we can do?
We can, but I want to make sure that the temple is. I also I've got wild magic now I'm below half, and I don't want to go up to the temple and they'd be like, "Oh, that's part of our town," and then attack.
Hello?
Hello. You alright?
Fair enough.
Can you hear us, Rebecca?
Everyone Gucci?
Rebecca.
No, she's disconnected.
You're big.
Oh
So
no. I hope her hotspot.
she was that charismatic. The internet went down.
It's been down all this time. She's been on hotspot. So
When you accidentally
Is it
risk
possible
your
that she's-
internet.
Is it at all possible that she's talking to someone in real life?
possibly, but she disconnected from tabletop. So
Ah, that would do it then.
okay. Well, I'll say this: you all
Hello?
head. Oh, hello.
There it is.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi.
There she is.
Hi.
You can hear
Oh,
us,
what
right?
did I miss?
Nothing.
Yeah, I can hear
Go,
you.
Chris.
Okay.
You missed
Quickly.
Harlan going insane.
Yeah. So, you otherwise head into the village. You see the ghosts aren't attacking you as you head in. You head to the town hall. You see the elders there, the people who you wanted to ask questions to. They speak to you. Do any of you understand Undercommon?
Okay, you'll see Vinny stop and give a deep sigh, and then
Forgot about that.
hold up a finger, and then, as in like wait, and then
Not a middle finger.
10 more.
It's just all about the middle.
10 minutes. You sit down and cast Comprehend Languages.
Yeah, you see Vinny.
See,
pull
this
out
is the
his
part
lute.
where I actually tell you I
It's a
do actually
play.
speak Undercommon.
Do you?
I'm kidding. No, it's
No.
I'm lying. I'm
Okay.
lying. It's a joke. It's a bit.
No, that's fair. The three elders kind of look at you as you sit down and you begin to kind of like do these magical effects, and you begin to ritually cast comprehend languages. You watch as two of them are kind of looking confused, and then one of them seems to be kind of nodding along and seems to be explaining it to them in Undercommon as they kind of both nod and go, ah, okay. And
I'm gonna start like grabbing a bit of paper and just like start trying to like Pictionary like a hello, like a smiling face and a waving hand. I'm drawing out emojis and just
Okay.
holding them up.
roll me
Start saying,
a
is it a movie in Undercommon?
your choice of, I'll say, performance or sleight of hand.
I would prefer sleight of hand.
All right, go for it.
Significantly prefer sleight of hand because I have advantage on both.
That's fair.
Oh,
so
close.
nearly
So
a 20.
Okay, it's an 8. Which
An 8.
this is
Okay.
about as expected. You
Yeah.
know, it's crude, but it's not like
Yeah.
completely
It's
gibberish.
no one knows where you pulled the paper from. You quickly draw with a bit of charcoal a smiley face. You turn it around to them. They kind of look to you. One of them smiles, and then you're like, this isn't worth it. And you scrunch it up and throw it over your shoulder.
Oh, I don't scrunch it up. I'm gonna fold it up. I'm gonna keep that.
Keep a smiley face in case you ever
Yeah,
need to.
I basically I
communicate.
just sign it Romulus, a ghost hello,
Okay.
and I pop it away.
Okay. The 10 minutes pass. Cat and Mortar, are you doing anything during this time?
Okay, so can I comprehend language myself so I can understand what is also being said as I'm looking through Jeff?
I'll allow that.
Cool.
Okay.
Also remembers and
I've,
goes.
I've actually got it thingy because I had it for some purpose or other.
Well, you don't need to have it
the
prepared as a
dragon.
wizard. You can.
No, but I had it prepared anyway, so
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I mean, I haven't had a long rest to change it back yet.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, because as a wizard, you don't need to have it prepared to ritual cast it. Benefits
No.
of being a wizard. Okay, so you both cast comprehend languages. Vinny? Yeah. Oh, you were going to say... Sorry, it's there. There. You're going to say something, Mortar?
All I was going to say was Mortar's starting to get like a little, not impatient, but he's kind of pacing a little bit, kind of like wanting this process to hurry up so we can get up the mountain.
You're
He's
slowly
kind of
but slowly
wasting
going
up-
deeper into
wasting
the
time.
snow as you're pacing backwards and forwards in the same spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just leaving like puddles of water as I'm just kind of like moving so fast, just leaving that fire behind me.
Okay. So, Vinny, eventually comprehend languages goes off and goes off for you as well. Cat, and you re-engage vision and audio through Jeff. Can you understand
Right,
us now?
Sorry about that.
No, that's quite
yes.
all right. We understand not everybody speaks Undercommon. So,
It's well, no matter. Right. So we'll have to go meet back up and discuss our situation.
mhm.
I mentioned that I was looking for my friend here.
Yes.
Yes, we had a bit of a development on that. Mortar, you remember him? Came in with me the first time.
Yes, the one who was able to understand us. Not sure why you didn't bring him with you, but okay.
He's just looking after Cat. He
That's the name of the centaur?
yes. She's quite young, and we didn't want to leave her alone outside.
We understand.
He thinks he remembers something about Carver,
Right.
and he thinks she might be in more serious trouble than I realized.
Right.
As I think I mentioned, the only lead I have is the temple. So if there's any possibility that she's there, or maybe has been there recently. I don't want to be disrespectful of your wishes, but I really would like to go up and take a look.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. That is a 24.
It's a difficult one. The Keeper will currently be most likely preparing and getting the reagents and everything ready for the ritual to bring back the one we've lost. If you can wait until tomorrow morning, then that would be excellent. But if it's that desperate, then you can go up there now if you would like to. Just don't expect a engaging response.
Okay.
We okay
Thank you.
looking on our own?
You're welcome to go up there. Many individuals go up to pilgrimage as need be, yes.
Right then. Yes, we won't get in your Keeper's way. I just need to figure out what's going on with my friend.
And by all means.
Right then.
In common, I'm just gonna. So is that a yay or a nay on the cat thing?
Getting there. There's
The
one other thing.
Get down, boy.
Yes?
As far as like investigating goes, there's one person I trust possibly more than anyone else in the world. Probably the most intelligent person I know.
Besides me.
Besides Kirv.
We all just turn and look at Kirv for a second. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, besides Kirv.
And you're wanting this person to have passage up to the temple as well, I'm guessing.
I know you and the rest of the villagers don't want her in the town, and I completely respect that.
We will stay as a no, I'm afraid. That temple is sacred to us, and otherwise houses a lot of souls. If there's even the slightest possibility that she will consume a soul while up there, we cannot take that risk.
She won't. That was only self-defense.
Roll me a persuasion
And
check with
she's a child.
disadvantage.
We can't leave her on her own.
Persuasion with disadvantage, you said?
Yes, please, yeah.
Come on.
Is there any chance my comment would bring it up to a flat roll?
Unfortunately, in this instance, because do you speak Undercommon?
Oh, they can't understand me.
They can understand you, it's just you can't understand them. So the comment is
Well, I can
Much
I
like-
understand Vinny.
yes to a certain degree. I mean, yeah, you'd be able to understand because it's only comprehend languages, so yeah.
Oh wait, it's comprehend. Wait, so we can understand Vinny.
You can understand Vinny,
okay.
yes. So.
Okay.
So yeah, if you're making that comment in response to that, yeah. I'll say doesn't make it a flat roll because you've already rolled. I'll say it lowers the DC slightly.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, for persuasion, that is a dirty 20.
Ooh.
As I think in this instance, Vinny is trying to remain like civil and respectful, but is clearly it's clearly let go of his emotions a bit, and his true feeling of desperation is starting to play through on his face.
The rest of us can sort of like feel like intuit that, right? Because we can understand what Vinny's saying.
Yeah.
I'm just going. I won't interrupt if they're going to talk, but if they are taking a moment, I will just like whisper to Vinny. It's all right. I know we'll manage whatever happens. You don't. We will manage. I promise.
You can see the elders are otherwise kind of deliberating and slightly talking kind of in hushed tones to one another as best they can in this enclosed space. You're able to pick up some things. They see there is definitely a sense of discord and worry between them. They are worried about such an individual having access to the source of their life. Such a dangerous thing. You watch as they are discussing this. You watch as the main elder who's been talking all this time kind of turns. We'll say this. If you're happy to wait until the ritual is completed tonight, you can then leave either after it is completed past moonrise, or alternatively, you can go in the morning if you would wish. I don't think it's not just my decision to make. I think it would cause a lot of problems if she were to be allowed up there. Well, after we've got the member of our community back, I imagine there'll be a bit more calm about it, and you should be able to go through to the temple if you wish.
What's he saying, Vinny?
We can go now, or we can go with Cat once the ritual's complete. Time is of the essence, but
Would there be anything wrong with us going now and also going with Cat later?
There's nothing wrong with that. If you, as the ones who aren't the member who we've barred from the village, wants to... If you want to head up there and have a look, the Keeper won't be able to aid you in any particular manner, but yes, he'll be preparing, but he could possibly give you a more accurate time frame, or you can explore the area. Also, this is going through Vinny at this point.
I was going to say, I can't respond to this until I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right, well, I think then that if there's nothing stopping us from going now, we should go now without Cat and rediscuss later, because there's no reason to delay either way. You're worried about your friend, and if there's some clue there, so that's important. I just want to say thank you very much for even... I want to say thank you to our benefactors here for considering for considering it. And we understand that they are scared, and rightfully so, as long as they also understand that what happened was a tragic miscommunication that will not be repeated. It'll be all right, really.
The elder otherwise nods. We respect that, thank you. But yes, by all means, you may head up the mountain and have a look around the temple, possibly speak to the Keeper. And you're welcome to take your friend up there tomorrow if you wanted to give it a second look around or ask any further questions.
right, that's more than reasonable. Thank you.
You're very kind.
Yes,
And once this is
we'll
passed
go
on.
now. Mhm.
All right, let's go.
Okay. You three heading up the mountain. Cat, obviously, you'll be able to hear and see this, but you won't be able to
Yeah,
communicate.
that was my entire thinking of this entire time. I was like, yeah, you can hear and see everything, so you can do the majority of your actual smart person shit.
Won't be able to do investigating under
True.
Jeff.
No, I can't investigate and I can't communicate.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sad.
Yeah, because you have to be within 100 feet to give Jeff a command, and due to the height that it's going to be up the mountain, you're not going to be within that 100 feet. So you'll just be able to see and hear.
Could you give him prior instructions to go and investigate?
No, because Jeff's intelligence is like.
Jeff's dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
gonna be honest,
also,
Jeff,
may I remind you,
Jeff's intelligence is -4.
it's still heavy weather outside to a certain degree. So if Jeff tries to fly away further up a mountain, he's going to get caught by the wind, and he's either going to die, or he's going to be cast to the wind somewhere in the distance, and you'll find him either eventually or via magic. So yes. So the three of you head up the slopes. Heading up the slopes isn't too difficult. You'll have to be careful, and it does take the better part of 45 minutes to an hour to climb. Any hastier, and you would have difficulty with the slippery, icy, and snowy surface of these stairs. They don't seem to be regularly kept, and you imagine that ghosts often don't suffer the problems of ice. So, as a result, you have to take your time heading up this mountain, or the stairs up the mountain. It is switched back at various times. The wind is sometimes bustling and blowing into your face with fresh snow. You head up and you eventually arrive at what looks to be the crest of this location. You see before you what looks to be a mostly ruined church of some form. And you can see the what looks to be two large towers to the left and right of a central door, and the central door itself is otherwise closed. You can see that the path leads directly towards it or around to the right, where you can see what looks to be a wrought iron fence that is set up, and what looks to be the kind of early signs of gravestones that have been freshly swept. What would you like to do?
Well, this is nice.
Let me get you a visual aid here.
Ooh.
I need room for this.
Kirv will turn to the others and say, between us, I still think they're kind of bastards.
I would like to be respectful of their desires, and I understand some of where they're coming from and a lot of their reasoning, but it is not ideal for us.
I just mean for immortals, they seem very grumpy.
I suppose it's because they feel not very mortal right now.
Not very mortal.
Sorry, not very immortal right now. You know, the whole...
wow. I wonder what that must feel like.
Look, I'm just saying, I get why
This
they
is
might
worse
be a
if we
little
weren't
bit...
expecting it.
Yeah.
Well, pardon me if I don't shed a tear.
One day we'll get you to that whole empathy thing. One day. I'll buy you a cake.
Well, for
Instead
now
of
we're
making one?
cooperating at least. I think that's the most important thing.
Well, not out in the wild. If we can find a proper kitchen. I like how Romulus's like a whole deal is wild man, but I have given him such snobby thoughts on proper kitchens and baking. Look, I can make pancakes out here.
Ooh.
We'll need some milk. I suppose I could make ones with water and then just sweeten the batter. Is condensed milk a thing in this world, Chris?
If it is, you haven't come across it yet.
Maybe I'll purposefully come across some. Like, make it Miss N.
So, you have the church before you. What would you like to do?
Have a look around, investigate, I guess.
Where would you like to
Burn
go?
it down.
I think inside is.
inside? You going in, knocking, kicking down the door?
Kick down the door.
FBI
Kick
open
down the
up?
door, 100%.
Okay.
No,
Kick
I'm
down
just
the door,
gonna.
and then when you find a soul, eat it.
Nom, 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 nom. Tasty.
If we eat all the souls, we won't have to deal with them anymore.
You know,
Yeah, they
that's a
can't
good
be
point.
angry at us.
Cat transforms into. I'm joking.
What if we just become like? What? Oh God! What if we play a game of Mafia or Town of Salem? Just every night, like these outsiders from out of town, and just start killing people. Like, no, that'd be pretty bad. We would not do that, and we wouldn't even suggest doing that
Of
in
course not.
actual gameplay.
So, what is your course of action then?
Oh, kill everyone! Obviously, yeah. Come on.
I suppose we knock on the door.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
What?
I will be manning this one.
Mm-hmm.
Kirv's the one knocking on the door. She's rolling the strength check.
Okay.
Okay, could I assist by also knocking on the door, but only exactly when she does it? But doing it from like the bottom of the door so she doesn't see it.
Roll
So
me a
she
stealth
thinks
check.
I have advantage. No, I don't have advantage on that one. But yeah, come on, let's do this.
What's your passive perception, Kirv?
Probably not very good. And by the way, I rolled an 8 before I forget.
I rolled a 9 on my stealth, which is not great.
Okay, yeah, Kirv's definitely spots that.
Passive perception 12.
Yeah, so you see Romulus otherwise kind of crouching down to try and knock on the door at the same time as you to try and make it louder. He doesn't seem to believe in your abilities. Go ahead and roll me the strength check, please, Romulus.
Oh boy, this is where I get a 1 and it's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's just base strength.
Yep.
Or athletics.
Base strength.
15.
15.
Pretty good. Still yeah,
Okay.
works.
You knock on the door. It's louder than Kirv's, that's for sure. But Kirv, you do notice that he didn't believe in your ability to knock on a door.
Well, we're not all lucky enough to be born a Minotaur.
At least you have horns. That's something.
Very true.
You wait a few minutes. No reply. Wait a few more.
We try and open the door.
You open the door. It opens straight into the interior.
Huh.
Do I have to do a strength check to open the door?
No.
Why not? I'm.
All right, go ahead. Roll me a strength check.
I mean, if I have, I'm just curious.
it.
Like the strength to knock, but not the strength to open the door.
This is a big
I'm-
place. I
I'm
just wanted to
questioning
see
the
if
logic.
it carried.
That oh god. Okay, that's a 19. And dirty 20.
30 20. Okay.
I-
yeah.
Pushes the
I
door off its
Push
hinges.
this door.
You opened the shit
Yeah,
out of
just
that door.
to make a point to Romulus.
Yeah.
Ah.
The door
maybe
itself.
you've got
The
a
door
bit of
itself.
Minotaur in you anyhow.
The door itself seems to be an older door, mostly covered
Certainly wouldn't
with
mind.
ice and has frozen at times. But heard that. But
I didn't hear
You-
that, and I'm scared.
you otherwise managed
Basically,
to.
exactly what you think.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You basically managed to pry open the door, the kind of the faint cracking of ice, not breaking the door, but being able to step within. You can feel the cold draft within here, the faint howling of the wind as it rushes through portions of the building here, and you can
I
see.
have resistance to cold.
That's fine. And you can see that all of the what look to be old tapestries or old banners of some form have since all been bleached by time and are otherwise fluttering in the very present draft that seems to be running across this area. You see an old font or fountain in the center of this seems to be opening chamber, along with the otherwise snow-covered windows to either side of you that you didn't entirely notice when you were on the outside and are very much crystallized with ice over the exterior of them. And this place has seen better days, from what you imagine. But you do see to the left and the right here.
move further in.
Okay. I
Move.
will move in as well.
You move further in. You can see around the corner over this side, you can see a lot of broken glass where a stained glass window may have once been, and has since shattered, and it's all frozen over and become a very unfun hazard to be walking over in bare feet or anything similar, along with the section of the wall here where it has been broken very cleanly by something, you're not sure. And you can see the rocks have been fallen away, but have since been placed in their general location where they once were, or have been cleared away, and more have fallen away since. You can see 2 pews on either side of the main area, and another door that leads further in.
Pew pew. So I will carefully move around to here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Romulus, are you joining them?
Yes, let's go with that. I will go round to join.
Okay.
But keeping an eye on our rear.
Maybe a perception check.
Oh boy.
And Kirv, you open up the door, and opening it up,
Okay.
you see the chamber beyond. I take it that wasn't very
7.
good.
That does not sound good.
7.
It was a
Okay.
7.
Okay, noted.
It was.
It
Yeah,
was a 2 on the die.
you can't see anything. You have advantage on perception, don't you?
Oh shit, I do. Wait, no, do I? No, not perception. It's insight.
Oh, insight. Right,
The
You know-
other one.
the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kirv, you otherwise open up the door, and looking in, you can see what looks to be a hallway of some form before you. You can see more rows of pews otherwise set up. You can see more broken glass that has come in from high near ceiling stained glass windows that have been shattered. You can see more tapestries or curtains otherwise flowing and floating through the air. What looks to be some more destroyed sections of rubble up ahead, or walls up ahead, and you can see what looks to be some form of altar that's in place.
So the glass suggests people were trying to break into here.
Possibly. You can roll an investigation check if you'd like.
Yep. That was not. I accidentally picked up the dice.
That's all right.
Am I right to roll?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh gosh. Oh, minus. So that's 16.
16. Okay. Very good for Kirv.
Thank you. I put on my glasses.
Follow on in.
You otherwise look at these windows and you think, have they been shattered by damage? Have they been intentionally broken? You can't imagine anybody breaking them in order to get in. If they were doing that, there were some very nice windows at the front that looked like they could be quite easily broken to get in. But looking at these were high-walled windows. They were more for decorative purpose, to let some light in and to be kind of stained glass, to show some depiction of something you're not sure. But you otherwise have a look at what might have happened. You're not entirely sure if it's age, wear and tear, or if it was intentional damage. The most you can gather is that if it was intentional damage, it looks like it was mostly done by something blunt, so a possible brick or stone or something.
Can I check to see how sharp the glass is?
Yeah, go for it.
Investigation?
Yes, please.
It's not great. That's an 8.
8. It's not by any means sea glass that has been weathered over several tides of it going in and out, and slowly but surely smoothing down. But it isn't incredibly sharp as if it were fresh. It has been weathered by time, whatever the effect of that may be. You can see that some of it has lost a little bit of its colour as well. So you think it's an older pattern, but it doesn't give you any further insight outside of that. Not all of the pieces are very sharp. A few of them are, but not all of them are.
Okay.
And to this point, you otherwise hear, hello?
Hello.
Do we understand it?
Yes, you do.
Elders said we could have a look around. We're not here to disturb anything.
Oh, that's quite all right. You don't often get guests. As you see, what looks to be an old figure, a sylvan elf with what looks to be very long, willowy leaf hair, complete blanched white. You can see a bleached white robe on this individual, and a lantern as they otherwise walk through. And you see that they're carrying a small kind of leather satchel, and they kind of heftily heave it onto the altar there. And you watch as they otherwise lift their lantern, and you watch as a few of the candelabras that are otherwise set up along the central area begin to glow with a faint blue light, illuminating the area a bit more. So, are you on pilgrimage? Are you... What are you here for?
Quite. I'm looking for a friend.
I'll be your friend, horn boy.
Don't disrespect.
Okay, we both know that did not come out of Romulus.
Curse you, voices in my head.
Would be very funny, wouldn't it?
You said you came here looking for someone. Or something.
Yes.
I can't remember what you said.
A friend of mine. A silver
Yes.
dragonborn?
We get plenty of those nearby. Any more detail? Specific kinds of horns, fins, hairstyles, what they wear?
Kind of strong, quiet type, simple clothing.
Would I be able to... Sorry.
Attempt to describe the specifics of Carvan's appearance as best I can.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a... I'll say this will be a history check with advantage. DC's not high. This is just for getting the details correct and put across in a not necessarily appropriate manner, but a manner which makes sense. Yeah, you know Carvan well. You otherwise describe details. You've been over these details several times before, telling people what she looks like in search for her. He otherwise looks at you. Can't say I've seen anybody of that particular description. A few Dragonborn have been through. Your best bet would be to head further up the mountain. Head on, and Glasson is further from here, a little bit to the northeast within the Spiral Mountains. That's where you'll probably have your best bet at finding a silver Dragonborn.
Right you are. Okay, thank you. Have any unusual pilgrims come through recently?
Unusual how? We don't get too many who come through at all. We've had a burst of them recently. We had about, I'd say, 6 of them.
You all are pretty fucking weird by my books.
I will send you off this mountain.
There, I will shut up now.
I'm
Was that
powerful
one-
wizard.
One big group of 6, or
Yeah,
hmm.
I'd say the last pilgrims we had before them were probably 9 months ago, maybe 10. And then we had a bunch of them come through about a month ago or so. Came here, stayed for some hospitality. A few of them left, then a few of them went back down the mountain the way they came. One of them died.
Rex.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Eh, happens. Some people come here for their last moments, and then they get sent down to the village, or they get put to rest. Either way, their grave's outside if you do want to visit it. That may have been your friend. Do they have a name?
Carver.
No, not the
Okay,
one who
yeah.
died.
Oh,
So that's all right.
You sound so disappointed there.
Hey, look, if I would have helped, I would have known where he was. She? Coven? Is that a he
No,
or a
not
she?
you, I meant that he sounded
Okay.
disappointed.
Well,
But,
I wanted,
thank you.
I wanted to
I
help.
may have responded prematurely, but okay.
What?
Well, we don't want to. We don't want to disturb the ritual. I believe you're starting that soon.
Yes. Ah, they
But,
told you about the ritual. Wonderful. You can help me carry my bag down those steps. It's a slow process for me.
How
I've
big
got
is
the
this
gem
bag?
stuff.
I just want to know.
It's pretty big. I mean, it's carrying 100 GP's worth of gems and incense. It doesn't look like they're big gems or well-refined gems. They're pretty rough.
The moment I realize what's in the bag, I'm just going to stand in front of Kirv, blocking the eye line of it.
Okay.
My thinking really was, oh, I hope it's a tiny bag and we can give it to Romulus to carry.
No,
Okay,
it's
That
now
is what I was
this I can accept.
no, it's a pretty big satchel. It's full of stuff.
Small enough to be hung from my horns?
Maybe.
Excellent. Excellent.
Is this down to where? Sorry.
Just down to the village.
Oh, I thought the ritual took place up here.
No, well, the main reason the ritual takes so long is because it takes me a while to get down those stairs. I'm too old to clean away that ice at this age, so I just have to be very careful I don't break my neck.
Oh god.
You got assault, Romulus.
I got a what?
Assault.
Sorry, salt.
Rather than just the singular. You sure you don't want a singular assault?
You got salt for the stairs.
Yes. Yes, I do have salt that could be used for the stairs.
It's a lot of
So I'll make
stairs.
you a chocolate bar.
Give me some.
Oh, all right.
Let's talk about the chocolate bar.
It's a good one. Tony's waiting.
Wait, there's chocolate? Kirv, you've been holding out on us. You sly dog.
Tony's chocolonely. Hashtag not sponsored.
But please sponsor us because I like your stuff. Anyway, it's not a worthy sponsor. I don't get that many views. But
Hashtag give me money.
give me chocolate.
Hashtag give me chocolate.
But yes, if you're
Okay,
welcome to
we're-
carry it down. You
We're
don't
putting-
need to.
We're using all of Romulus's salt, right?
You
on
don't
the
need.
stairs.
You don't need to salt the stairs. I will be
Would you
fine
like me to carry you?
if you want to. I'm not going to object.
All right then.
Ooh.
I'm going to Giant's Might myself, and then pick up this this old guy. Are you ready?
Whee!
Oh wait, before that happens, I do confirm. Are you ready to go now?
Yes, as long as one of you's got my satchel. Oh, he's hung it around your horn under a giant's mighted form.
Yeah, it's fine.
No.
We're good. And I giants might pick up and.
Okay.
Right,
The-
we'll come and meet you.
How long
Once
does
we're
it
done
take to
here.
get down? Because I don't actually need to giant's might to do this.
It takes about 45 minutes to get up or down when you're being careful. Otherwise, you'll be making dexterity saving throws, which obviously you'd have advantage on because of danger sense. So you can risk it while you're carrying the old man on your back.
No, I will be careful, and the giant's might will not last that long, but we'll say that's just for the worst parts whenever they crop up.
Okay.
But I will be going probably quicker than this fellow could go.
Yes, that's fair. It takes him twice as long because it counts as difficult terrain for him. So.
Should me and Vinny check out more of the area while Romulus takes the
That's up to
old
you.
guy down?
Romulus is currently carrying
That's what I was planning to do.
the old guy in his bag
Yeah.
down the
Yeah.
stairs. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Sounds good to me.
2 of you are up here. You're left alone for the moment. What would you like to do?
I want to look at this book.
Okay. You otherwise look at the book. You can see that it is a older tome of some form. You can see that there is writing inside of it. What languages do you speak or read and write?
Ooh.
Or what languages do you know, I should say?
Wait, hold on.
Come on. Hold on.
Before Romulus leaves, I want to grab Jeff.
Roll me an initiative roll. This will be Romulus. You're rolling against this. If you get a higher initiative than Vinny, you have stolen Jeff.
For once in your life, roll what I want you to roll. You have a higher.
It's a
dex than I
15,
do.
yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, no, you're good. You're faster than me.
Okay, so you managed to swipe Jeff from. You managed to swipe Jeff from Romulus's in between Romulus's horns as the old man gets on. And you now have Jeff.
Okay.
What languages did you know, Kirv?
Yes. Common Dwarvish Infernal.
Okay, you cannot read this writing.
Not surprised.
Okay. If there's any time left on comprehend languages, can I take a look?
How long is comprehend languages? Is
Yeah.
it 10 minutes?
An
Or is it-
hour.
An hour.
Uh,
I'd say you
about
have
45 minutes
you probably
instead.
you probably have about I'd say 5-10 minutes of it at this point.
Okay. So the one downside of forgetting to cast it before we enter the village. One upside, sorry.
Yeah.
No time left. Right. I'm gonna take a look at the book then.
Okay. You look at the book. Given you're going to be skim reading this, just to get a general idea, go ahead and roll me a investigation check with disadvantage. I'll give you the general gist. It seems to be written in an Elvish script, similar to that of Undercommon. So you can read
Okay.
comprehend languages. If you know Sylvan, Undercommon, or Elvish, you can also read this still.
I know Sylvan, but I'm not here.
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's an 8 for
8.
investigation.
You quickly have a look over the book. You pick up on a few of the words. You don't pick up on anything key. It seems to be a pre-written sermon, and you can see that it says pre-written sermon number 6. And you can see that it seems to otherwise go over the enveloping of some form of creed or doctrine to do with living a life after death.
Okay. It's something to do with the religion they have here, or the customs.
I'll be honest, I could have guessed that.
Yeah, well, it could have been more relevant to what we're looking for, but it doesn't look like it.
Past the curtain, you can otherwise see, now that he's no longer in the way, what looks to be a chamber beyond. Set into the floor, looks like there is a massive sarcophagus of some form. You can see that it is otherwise embedded into the ground itself and has been very well maintained and taken care of in its own way. You can see that it doesn't have a name that you can read, Kirv. But you can see that this seems to be almost like a private religious area. You can also see there are 3 doors from this area. One small one
Not that private.
goes to the back, another one to the back right of the chamber, and then one to your immediate right. But it's behind the curtain, so you get the sense that it's only invited guests behind in this particular area, or if there are smaller sermons for less people or a small family, ceremonies like weddings and stuff like that, coming of age ceremonies would happen here. Or ancient,
Happy Death Day.
yeah,
you know.
or ancient tributes. You can also see that there are 2 sarcophagi that are otherwise here as well. Or 2 tombs, I
when you
should say.
say
They are solid stone.
When you say there's not a name I can read, as in there is a name and I can't read it, or there isn't a name there?
There is a name and you can't read it.
Okay.
Jeff is going to be looking wherever Vinny looks, so wherever he's
Okay.
looking, I'm going to do investigations from a distance, but obviously can't give me information because I'm not there.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pass over in the sarcophagi and then the book on this altar.
Okay, so you're going to pass over the sarcophagi.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. Going to which one first? Sorry.
Just in order, so
That one.
this one
That
and then
one.
that one.
Yeah. Were you looking at the plaque on the ground, or?
Yes. I'll look at that quickly.
Okay. You otherwise have a quick look over it. You can see that it's got a lot of decoration to it. It's very well designed, very well cared for. You can see what looks to be a small plaque on it that has otherwise faded, but you can see there has been an attempt to try and recarve it, but it looks more like chicken scratchings on the edge of the stone. It has faded and weathered over time, but you can see a name that is clear, Vanderas the Old King. I'll also say go ahead and roll me an investigation check as well.
Can I?
You wouldn't be able to, no, not in this instance.
Okay. I don't know.
Fuck you,
I
cat.
Can,
No one likes
I
you.
can see, I just...
No, I know. In this instance, this is something that Vinny would have to notice
Right.
specifically for
Maybe a
this.
history check?
Another 8.
Another 8? Okay, you don't see it.
Okay. Vander.
Any
It's a bell.
Sorry, what was that?
The name. It's Vanderas, which seems familiar, but I can't place it.
Vanderas.
That's not.
Is there anything like? Sorry.
That's not dead.
What was the name of the ice fortress place?
Frostcon.
Yeah, I feel like there was any relation to that, because I feel something in my head's pinging. Could be nothing.
Not that you're aware of. This isn't a name that you've heard before, I don't believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Is there anything I can gauge about the king based on the visual carving?
Gauge how? As in, like, how old it is, or...
Anything about the king himself? Any like personality?
There might be something that
Or
gives
is it
away
pretty much-
when it was made.
I'll
Like the
say...
You
age.
prefer I look-
I'll say make me a history check. And I'll say Vinny and or Cat, you can do the same as well if you'd like.
Rolling boys. Nice. 10.
10? No, I don't.
So, how does one get into this sort of gig then? The whole what was it? Groundskeeper or something, was it?
10 for me as well.
Okay, 10 for you. Get to that moment. What did you get, Kirv?
13.
13? It's old. That's about it. It's old stone. It's been here for quite some time. The fact that it's weathered means it's seen a lot of foot traffic. This place does just generally feel old. It's got, even though it's getting fresh air through here, it does have that very kind of distinct smell of old. As you're otherwise having this conversation with him as you're going down the stairs, Romulus. Well, if you've lived as long as I have, then you kind of just get the position once everyone else is dead.
Fair enough. I've got to ask: is it like how do you get new folks in? Like,
You don't tend to. Usually it's the same crowd. Sometimes people come for a pilgrimage, and they'll come from other temples, and they'll have a look around, and then they'll move on. Some people stay and die and join the community. Don't really get too many takers, though. Most people like living, which is understandable, but dying isn't so bad either.
just to check, is it sort of like do they choose like after they die, or like do they have to choose before, or like do they have to go through like a ritual or something, or what?
Yeah, usually they get brought back, and then they can choose to rest if they would want to. It's a choice from there. We've had occasional ceremonies for the people here in the village. I've otherwise put a few people. I've buried we bury their remains anyway, but we've put their spirits to rest back in their graves, and then go from there. They get the full choice of when they want to die that way. Means they can tie up any loose ends, make friends with people they never had a chance to speak to, or hopefully get along better with their enemies, because, they can't kill each other. So there's no point hating one another.
I wouldn't say that.
I mean, if you don't like someone, you usually stay away from them, or you kill them, depending on how violent a person you are.
I don't super agree with that, but I think I understand the point.
Yeah. Once you've lived as long as I have, that's usually what it ends up as. Well, at least that's the larger percentage.
Fair enough. But, well, I presume when you pass on, you'll be coming back as a ghost?
Me? I'm not passing out anytime soon.
Sorry, I don't know your lifespan, but I assume it's at some point you will pass on. I didn't mean now.
Oh, no. That's fine. At some point, I probably will. Although, I mean, I do have a longer lifespan than most. Most elven individuals, or Ishlan elves from this far south, usually live up to about 700 years or so. But most of but I've lived from... I'm in my second millennia.
Oh, well done. Sorry, I don't really know how to...
No, that's all right. I've been given the gift of a longer life, so I'm otherwise... Yeah, doing all right. Oh, be careful, there's a bit of a bump up ahead. And we'll cut back to Vinny and Kirv.
Just to check, remind me how old my dad is supposed to be?
If
the stories are true.
If the stories are true, several thousand years old, so he may know him.
You might know my dad! And we cut away.
Yeah. So, Kirv and Vinny, you are currently in the upper chambers here, having a look around. You look at the sarcophagi, or the one in the center. Then you look at the ones above. You can see Harlan, a loved mother, and you can see Jerl, Father White. You can see that they have short inscriptions underneath. Harlan, loved mother, lived to about 250 years. Respectfully went and became an elder of the village and then was put to rest a number of years ago. Looks about 400 years she was put to rest that long ago. And then Joel, Father White, you can see has a kind of a dedication to him for being the person who originally helped build this church back when it was first being set up about 2,000 years ago.
Is that
And
white is in the color, or is
yes,
it the undead? Okay.
no, white is in the colour. Yeah, you get a sense that looking at kind of reading the description and kind of seeing that and seeing the individual who you've just, the groundskeeper who's otherwise left with Romulus, you get a sense that colour white is most likely relevant for the sake of the garb that they wear and typically the colour that they end up after time has passed. By the looks of it, the ages of these individuals, it seems to be written in how long they were dead for, is what you gather. Looking over the book, you see that the book is what looks to be another book similar to the first one. You can see it has been copied nearly word for word as you kind of flip to Pre-Made Sermon 6, but you note that there are slightly different selections of songs.
Okay.
This one's what the kids call a real bop.
Oh god.
From Reverend Gaga.
So, anyway you wish to investigate from here? Kirv?
Windows here, are they intact?
Yeah, the windows at the back seem to be intact.
Okay. The picture I'm getting is that all of the normal windows are fine and all of the stained glass windows are smashed.
Most of them, yes. Yeah, these back two seem to be stained glass windows and they are fine. They are tall stained glass windows and they also have the only what looks to be intact tapestry. Although the tapestry has lost most of its colour, you can still make out what looks to be the shape of some form of beetle-like creature across the surface of it.
Fuck you, Chris. Fuck
And-
you, Chris. Fuck you, Chris. I know that beetle.
And you can see stretching almost hands or arms reaching up around it. Looking at the stained glass windows, you can see they've kept most of their stuff, but you can see what looks to be on the right hand side what looks to be a ghostly figure, kind of arms crossed, covered across its chest, kind of head bowed solemnly in a very kind of peaceful pose. And on the other you can see what looks to be a kind of a skeleton figure, halberd in hand, kind of standing sentinel and almost looking out in as if they're on guard.
It is that beetle, isn't it?
I'm not going to say.
That's a yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because we did hear something about a beetle. Was that Valkos? I know that's an entity that we found out about.
Let me see. What did you learn about? Roll me a religion check.
Probably a 13. Yes.
13. Although you aren't necessarily well versed in the religious studies of it all, you did look up dead gods and stuff similar to around this area.
Mhm.
As you look across the icon of this, there's iconography and symbolism here that you recognize. This seems to be the undead god known as Husk, and the prime scion of Husk was known as Karmlarx, the awoken dread, which was the skeleton over the top
Yes.
of Obokgro. So with that, you can safely say that this is most likely a temple to Husk or his scion.
When possible, I'd like to check out the next room.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a strength check, please.
Are you gonna
Yeah,
just do this every time for spite?
No.
So what's your name,
No.
buddy? I mean, we've been walking over a little while, and I realize I didn't ask, and I feel rude.
Oh, that's quite all right. I mean, not many people use my name nowadays. I'm just known as the groundskeeper. My name's kind of lost a lot of its meaning.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I'm still happy to hear either way, but
Oh,
you know,
name's
it's
name's Dandel.
Dandel. Dandel. Pleasure to meet you, Dandel. Wow, it really must take you a while to get down here. This is very slippery.
I know.
Do you want me
Ghosts
to-
don't
do you want
have
me to
much
go
of an
peek
issue
for
with
this
it.
one?
It's up to
Oh, I
you.
can
Whatever you
imagine.
feel safer.
Well, I mean, this bit's I feel like the larger leg span would be helpful. I mind if I, sprint a little bit on it, because I feel like with my hooves are quite good on it.
Go for it.
All right, let's go.
Make me a dexterity saving throw with advantage. From danger sense, DC's 10.
This would be so funny if I just eat shit and die.
He'll be the one who'll die, and then you'll be attacked. No, you're fine.
Yeah, no, we're good. That's a 16.
Yeah, you're fine.
Keep your
minimum.
shield down.
Kirv, what did you get?
8.
Okay. You go to open the door. It seems jammed. You know that the same with the front door. It was mostly jammed because it was covered in ice. You suspect that wherever room or place this may lead to seems to be frozen shut. It's going to require a little bit of shoulder work.
Vinny, can you help me with this door?
You got it.
Alright. Go ahead and roll with advantage.
Right. Just serve shut. Okay.
Okay. You otherwise slam your shoulder into the
18.
door. And you slam your shoulder into the door, and the door opens. It's pushed open to what looks to be the back entrance into the church, or out into the graveyard.
Ooh.
If I remember correctly, there should be a... Yes, you can see what looks to be a hole in the wall just about there.
Anything interesting about these gravestones?
Roll me an investigation check. I guess. Shouldn't really delete all of that. There are more gravestones under here. It's just there's stuff on the inside here that's also being covered. Should have made that 2 by 2s.
10.
10?
Yeah.
Looking over the graves, again, they're all written in a language you cannot understand. And you go across all of them. They seem to all be well swept. The fresh snow has been brushed off the top. You can see that fresh flowers have been put out for all of them. You can see that some of them are older than others. As far as that goes, you can see that this one here seems to be a much fresher grave than the others. And then outside of that, that's really it. You can also see that the small stone wall that is around the outside of this, with kind of the wrought iron kind of metal tops to it, you can see there is an opening that seems to lead further down this way and connects to a path that seems to head further up the mountainside.
Okay, can I take a look at the freshest grave?
Yeah, sure thing. You otherwise have a look over the precious grave. You can see that the grave itself is of more what looks to be, compared to the traditional ones around here, which are just a simple headstone with a small pot of plants. You can see this one is a more decorative version. You can see what looks to be a not necessarily an angelic statue by any means, but a skeletal figure is otherwise sat there, hands clasped in front of them, holding what looks to be kind of this simple wreath, and a otherwise a veil of stone that is otherwise wrapped around them as they hold this wreath in their hand. You otherwise get a look at the name, I imagine.
Yes, please.
Okay. You otherwise see that it is to one Perville. You can see that their age seems to have been about maybe 50-year lifespan, from what you can tell.
Never tell which of these names I'm supposed to recognize.
You do not
What
recognize
do you
this
mean,
one.
Vinny?
Okay.
So can we make it through this gap?
Purple isn't one
Yeah.
of mine, is it?
No.
Cool. Thought not.
No, that's Purple.
Yeah. Although, the twin, the body and the soul prick could
Yes.
well have been involved in all this shit.
Also true. I mean, his grave could be here somewhere. Although you do know that
Yeah.
it's not here, you know where it is.
Rot in hell, motherfucker. What?
So, but yes, Kirv, as you otherwise step through the gap in the wall, you can see that there seems to be a bedroom here. You can see that there is a box with currently a set of shoes and off to one side, a old wardrobe, a few old tapestries, a what looks to be some form of potions cabinet and set up. You can see a few bits of writing equipment. You can see that the drawers have been opened recently and a few of them have been emptied. You can see that there is otherwise a broom and a lantern off by a bedside, which is quite rough, but you can see there are several blankets in place over the bed itself. You presume this is the groundskeeper's room. Just hearing stuff from Jamie's background.
Just, I've lost control.
You've always lost control of the cats. So,
I've never.
I was gonna say you never had it.
yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, so Jeff is otherwise seeing most of this as what Vinny's looking at. Your comprehend language is both Fade, and unless you can read an Elvish writing, if you have Elvish or Sylvan cat, you otherwise cannot read it.
I don't even know what I think it's. No, common, celestial, and giant.
Okay, so no, you can't read it. So, otherwise exploring around a little bit of this, I think we'll end our session there. As Romulus, you're getting down to the base of the mountain in Giant's Might, striding as best you can, sliding where you can, down. You otherwise reach the village with the groundskeeper. Mortar and Cat, you've kind of been keeping to yourself this whole time, and we'll get to what RP you may have next session. But I think that will be a good place to stop right there.
Thank you very kindly.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
And Dan, will you be here at the beginning next time, or will it be a little bit in? Dan?
You're right.
Yeah,
He tuned out.
yeah, he tuned out. That's all right.
I didn't hear what you said.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I said, are you going to be here at the beginning next session, or will you be here later on?
No, I'll be here.
Yep, here at the beginning next week. Awesome. Cool.
Here at the beginning. Yep.
Yeah, we'll get to some RP between you and Kat before
Well,
continuing the rest of this.
Maybe. No, I should be. It'll be my birthday next week, so we'll see.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations on aging.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, bridge.
Yeah,
he's
my
still
wife.
he's still the youngest.
Uh,
Pretty sure. Oh no. Yeah, no.
Oh, Rebecca would be.
Yeah, Rebecca would still be younger than. Yeah, not by much, but yes.
Woo!
But yes. So, thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next week when we continue whatever investigations will precede this. So, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.